Dear fellas, I can't believe how fast things move on the outside. I saw an automobile once when I was a kid, but now they're everywhere. The world went and got itself in a big damn hurry. The parole board got me into this halfway house called The Brewer and a job bagging groceries at the foodway. It's hard work, and I try to keep up, but my hands hurt most of the time. I have trouble sleeping at night. I have bad dreams like I'm falling. Wake up scared. Sometimes it takes me a while to remember where I am. Maybe I should get me a gun, rob the foodway, so they'd send me home. I could shoot the manager while I was at it, sort of like a bonus. I don't like it here. I'm tired of being afraid all the time. I've decided not to stay. I doubt they'll kick up any fuss. Not for an old crook like me.
Life during wartime. Listen to those drums. It's the Ron and Fez show. Right here on the brink of the end of the world. We can feel it all happening. It's all popping up in front of us. Let's go to our war correspondent, Mr. Fez Watley. Fez, what's happening out there?
Plenty of things going on in the Middle East with Israel bombing airports in Lebanon. attacking the Beirut International Airport, and then 2 other military airports just to cut off Lebanon from getting any sort of help from any other Middle Eastern country in this mess.
Fez, we looking at 3? Is it WW3? Is this what you've always dreamt about?
This is totally WW3. Yeah, there's no holding back here. The UN's saying let's show restraint. President Bush is saying let's not destroy Lebanon. No one's holding back here.
Earl, let's go to a cooler head. Fez just said World War III has started. You believe him?
No. I just think this is just another flare-up in the Middle East, no different than it has been for years and years and years and years. I mean, this has been going on for as long as all of us have been alive, so I think this is just another bad situation.
You know, but the fact that we're over there, the fact that everybody's shoulder to shoulder, everybody's picked a side, Korea's nuts right now, Iran's getting wacky. It does feel like we could be on the brink of something. I don't know if I agree with Fez where he's saying, yes, it has started, but it does feel like we're right there.
I think one of the latest... Well, this whole thing started when Hezbollah guerrillas kidnapped those 2 Israeli soldiers.
Now, real guerrillas, Fez, or...?
No, like soldiers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I honestly thought when you said that, guerrillas came out of the mist and were grabbing people.
So now Lebanon is talking about maybe shipping those Israeli soldiers to Iran to hold them there. So that's going to bring yet another country that hates Israel, wants to wipe Israel off the map, into the mix.
So you're saying you see no way out of it now?
No, I see no way, especially if this happens. Iran gets mixed up in this. That's all Israel needs is an excuse to go after Iran.
Earl, I see you shaking your head no. You're not believing it. You're acting like Fez is just the queen screaming out the window.
This is just another flare-up. I mean, I think cooler heads will definitely prevail because everyone knows what's at stake. Everyone knows the price, the ultimate price that we pay. No one wants to go crazy.
What, the thing is, all these people have faith. They have faith that they're doing the right thing and that the next life is going to bring them all kinds of rivers of honey or whatever the hell that is. It's like mountains of Jell-O. It's all kinds of, there's gumdrops. I don't know what happens in that Bible, but all kinds of good things happen if you do stupid things on this planet.
I don't think the land of milk and honey promise, comes into play here. Everyone saw this as just another military act. I think it's just another military act. You
honestly don't think between the Christians and the Muslims and the Jews, faith is playing no part of this at all?
Well, I didn't say that, but I don't think this is just another military exercise. 2 soldiers get attacked, kidnapped. They retaliate.
Why the sour face? Why the sour face when Earl's talking?
Because Earl isn't paying attention to anything that's happening here.
Wait, he pays attention to the rock. Don't take that away from him. He knows the rock.
True, just not Iraq. Israel's willing to do all this over 2 kidnapped soldiers. I mean, it's 2 guys, and they're willing to blow the hell out of Lebanon and attack other countries if they have to. Yeah, we are right there on the brink, if not already pushed over.
You say Israel's overreacting then? In your opinion?
I think Israel feels threatened by all this, and now they're just going for it. Yeah, I would say, overreacting to 2 soldiers kidnapped.
Now, if you were Israel, wouldn't you, and you looked at a map, even one day you got up in the morning, you looked at a map, you wouldn't feel a little threatened in your life?
Oh, yeah, there's not a friendly neighbor on the block there.
All right, here is Jerry. Jerry, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you, buddy?
Hey, doing great. Fez, I want to apologize to you. I can't believe that Earl is attacking you the way he is. It's not right. And
well, they have 2 different beliefs here. Earl's saying things are going to work out. Everybody chill. Fez is ready to push the button. He wants to see the balloon go off in the Middle East and just end this so he can get back to regular programming.
Well, I don't think Fez has got an uncool head about this. I think he's realistic. It's the worst it's ever been. And, I think Earl's kind of a pie-in-the-sky guy, it seems like.
Yeah, Earl is kind of a pie-in-the-sky guy, but Earl, you've said you've seen it happen before.
Yes, I mean, like, whenever there's a suicide bombing, let's say in Israel, right, they retaliate with an airstrike.
Right.
This has been going on for years and years and years.
Wake up, Earl.
All right, let's not make these personal attacks, Fez. Let's keep it for what we're talking about. That's the problems in the Middle East. Yes.
Well, the thing is, though, it's really more of an attack on Fez by Earl. You notice how he never disagrees with you?
No, I'm not going to let this. You know what? On a normal day, I would discuss this part of it, but let's move on here, Jerry.
Love you.
All right?
Love you guys.
Jerry, even in the red states, I want you thinking today. I want you thinking about what the right move is. Now, the United States right away said, Israel's our boys. Whatever they do is cool with us, right?
Yeah. They said, let's not go too crazy, but yeah, you do have every right to go out and do this.
Yeah. So we back them up, but we say, we back you up to a point.
Yeah, and what Israel's doing, like by blowing up these military airports and the naval blockade around Lebanon, is keeping Syria out of the mix. They say Hezbollah has agents in Syria that could bring in reinforcements to help Lebanon. So everyone's getting mixed up in it already.
I hate words like Hezbollah and Hamas, and it's to me it all just sounds like motorcycle gangs. I can't get over the fact that all this sounds like motorcycle gangs.
Yeah, I don't know what the difference is between Hezbollah and Lebanon. Isn't this just Lebanon doing this to Israel, not just Hezbollah?
And, you know, Earl, you're saying don't overreact. I've got the CNN on right now. I'm looking up at it. I'm just saying explosion after explosion. And I'm not saying Fez is right that World War III has started. But I got to figure that we're closer to World War III now than we've ever been.
You got that little nut in North Korea who has no fear of test-launching missiles. No fear whatsoever of doing this. He could care less.
You know what he ought to do, though? Stop spending money on missiles and maybe get some soup for the people who live there that are making bark and tree soup.
He's the only chubby guy in North Korea.
John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I have to agree with Fez, and, usually Dave sounds like the idiot. Earl sounds like a complete idiot. I mean, they're all going to get involved. They're all against Israel. This is horrible.
It's all going down then, huh, John?
It's all going down, don't you think?
All right,
wake up, buddy, wake up.
All right, let's do it like this. Fez, I know that you have your beliefs. World War III has started.
Yes.
Earl has his beliefs. This thing's going to cool back down. Put the eyebrows on the line. Is this important enough for you guys to put the eyebrows on the line?
I'll put my eyebrows on the line. Who needs eyebrows in a world that's facing World War III anyway?
Well, here's the funny thing. If you're wrong, there's no war, and you're walking around a peaceful planet with no eyebrows. This is a very, very scary time for you, Fez. Very scary.
I need Armageddon to keep my eyebrows, is the short end of this bet.
Yeah. Now, what about you, Earl? Would you be willing to put your eyebrows up if all of a sudden nukes start going off all over the world?
Without an eyebrow, I'll look like... yeah, why not?
You'll put the eyebrows up.
Yeah.
All right, there. No, I know everyone's going to be scared if nukes are blowing up. But remember this, when it happens, just start laughing, thinking of Earl walking around town with no eyebrows. And then maybe, if it happens, Earl, it'll be less than 24 hours anyway, before finally you're clipped.
That'll be everyone's happy thought. Eyebrowless Earl.
Does Israel have the nukes, Fez?
Yeah, I think Israel has a nuke.
Why don't we hold them then? Why don't we hold... Why they're going through this, give me the nuke. Give me the nukes until I see that you're calmed down.
They're not going to go for that. They've had enough of the calm down speeches in their life.
Alan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, how's it going? Great
Yeah.
show. Listen, Fezzy, I agree with you. First of all, Earl, there are no cooler heads over there. They're all wackos. And can you see Iran attacking one of these countries? We would have to go to Israel's aid. So,
Well, there's only one country that Iran could attack that we would care, and that's Israel. Other than that, I think they're pretty free to attack whoever they want over there.
True, yeah.
So it's really all about Israel right now. Israel and how they're getting along. The fact, and you know, I know a lot of our people are like, yeah, let's jump into it. Look how long we've been over there in Iraq, $250 billion or whatever we spent. Where have we got with that money? I thought our guys were already tired and running too thin.
Yeah, we've got nothing to show for that. And the Army, they have now they announced that their recruit washout rate has dropped nearly in half, where recruits that can't make it through boot camp because of the physical tests,
yeah,
it's dropped in half because they've lowered the standards. If you can't run a mile, you no longer get kicked out of boot camp anymore. So
the Army's now saying we accept fat kids, which they've never put up there before. There's guys coming out of boot camp that have gained weight. Morbidly obese kids are coming out of boot camp. That's never happened before.
It's not going to work for us in a worldview.
Yeah. Adam, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, guys, I wanted to point out what's making this one different is Israel's taking a page out of our book and holding nations responsible for what their terrorists do. If those hostages get sent to Iran, Israel's going to attack Iran in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah, it is an interesting point you came up with. How can we tell anybody to chill out after what we've been up to for the last couple of years? I mean, one of the things that we've done is, set up secret prison camps, bombed the nations over what we claim are weapons of mass destruction that may someday hurt us. So who are we to tell anybody to chill out?
And on top of it, ignored the UN. When the UN, exactly what is everything that Israel's being told by the UN and the G8 right now,
right.
We were told.
Fezzi, I don't want this to affect your heart. I hear the voice is way up high. I see the blood pressure rising.
I'm red-faced.
Yeah.
Like I've already been nuked.
Maybe that whole talking heads life during wartime didn't help us out. That gets you in a mood for going underground.
And Earl, just so you know,
yeah,
Hezbollah wanted to negotiate to turn over these kidnapped soldiers. They wanted to meet in Gaza to turn these soldiers over. Israel turned them down. Now, this whole thing is over kidnapped soldiers. Israel won't talk to Hezbollah to get these soldiers back.
All right, Fez, I can't get a read on you. Are you pro-Israel, anti-Israel? Where are you on this one?
I'm anti-Israel on this one.
Yeah.
It's two soldiers. And
no, this doesn't go back to killing Jesus. You're not going back to that same Lutheran thing.
No, I'm saying that you're attacking a country, civilians are dying, you attack the airport, and not willing to negotiate, it looks like to me. Maybe there's something I'm missing here.
Right.
But not willing to negotiate to get these soldiers back.
Earl, which side are you on of this? You Israel's side or the...
I'm going to take the Israeli position. They're basically... Their position is, hey, look, you take one of our guys, we take out your airport. And if you want, it's like... If you want this to escalate, we can make this go on a little bit further. But
Chicago style?
Yeah.
Like was in that movie?
The Untouchables?
Yeah. Are you going back to Chicago style?
Yeah, I mean, this is just the old Chicago way. And basically...
What if if Israel actually said that? They said, we fight Chicago style. You bring a knife, we bring a gun. That's how we play. We go down Chi-Town rules.
I think people would at least know what was going on.
I would also like to put out to the city of Chicago, I hope you're fucking happy. All right, with your crazy build-up of arms, you start in the street, and look what happens by the time it leads up now. Here's Kind Bud. Let's hear from one of these pot smokers out there. Bud, what's happening, dude? Is that your way of dealing, Bud?
Yo, what's up, brother man?
What's happening?
Ron, Wise Sage, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Why are we always on Israel's team? I'm a good Christian boy, but it seems like they're stirring up more shit than anyone. No one likes a good Arab, but what the fuck?
All right, why are we always on Israel's side? Fez, what's your pull on that one?
We are always on Israel's side because we helped set up Israel. We were part of the birth of, setting up that homeland.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like a parental thing. I think that's why we're always on Israel's side.
So we kind of have like almost, let's say, a wet nurse feeling towards Israel.
Yeah, a personal stake in it.
Earl, what's your feeling on it?
Again, it's a paternal thing. We got a big stake in it. We put a lot of money into it.
Starving. You got any stakes? I also think it has to do with that Bible.
Yes,
that whole wacky...
There's a moral tie into it as well.
Nutty home, a holy land.
Supporting the Holy Land.
Yeah, one part of the world is much more holy than other parts. Just, the world, nice place, Fez. Some parts of it, really nice. Really holy. Yeah. God really doesn't care much about places like Alaska.
Judeo-Christian. They're the Judeo part.
Oh, I see. That's where. So that's tied in.
They put the Jew in Judeo.
And then isn't there also something nutty in that book of Revelations that you guys read where when Israel does this and then they rise up and then somebody gets wiped out and then that means Jesus is coming back killing some of us, but then giving the rest of us, I guess, gumdrops and I think it said something like Twizzlers and mothballs.
I hope.
I didn't read it all, but I know there's supposed to be mothballs.
Yeah, and the temple has to get rebuilt in Israel, in Jerusalem.
What temple?
King Solomon's temple. It has to get rebuilt in Jerusalem, and the Israelis, the Jews, have to have control of this again.
And you guys, when you're in church and you hear people reading this stuff, you don't start laughing or no one ever yells, "What? What?"
No one ever has.
No, not at all.
You never say to yourself, "What are you talking about? This is nutty talk."
No, not at all.
Just follow along?
Not so much follow along. I'll read it for myself and try to figure it out on my own. But
you know what I've noticed in church?
Every once in a while, Earl will do this. Bah. Bah.
I've noticed in church that they really don't bring up Revelation too much.
No, but you know what? They do on TV. The crazy people screaming it out always bring that up. And one of the people that believes, Fezzi, is your president. Your president is totally, he can't say it the way he wants to, but he throws out those little code words to his peeps.
He wants his share of the gumdrops.
Starving. Earl, we don't have any kind of Easter candy?
Oh, we just ran out of Easter eggs.
Maybe that's why we have Easter candy, is a way of saying, this is what's coming, everybody. It's going to really be sweet and tasty.
This is a little basket of heaven.
Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, this is Jim.
Yeah.
I got a question for you. I'm on Earl's side, but since this stuff's been going on for, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000 years?
Yeah.
Well, back in caveman, the Arabs and the Israels have been fighting.
The Israels.
Who cares? I mean, I'm like you, though. I think they should go in like Chicago style and kick ass, take names.
Then how are you on Earl's side? You're not on any side. The fact is, everyone in the world has to care when you're lining up a world war. I think we all realize that if the world is at war, we're not going to be able to stay out of it.
Yeah, you end up having to pick a side, and we're in the middle of it. We're sitting right in Iraq.
Particularly, it seems like you could argue the fact that we started it. That we kicked up some dust over there, and now we're going, well, why are they wiping their eyes? Here is Leo. Leo, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
Good, buddy.
I just want to say I'm on Fez's side there. Once you kidnap two soldiers, that is the declaring of war in any state or country. So, and I believe this is in the best interest for us, especially with our troops. Let Israel go in there, take care of them. We take care of the other side. And if it really gets hot and sticky, we'll come in and we'll back up Israel.
All right.
I believe that secretly they're telling them, they're showing their face up front, restraint, but secretly pushing them, telling them, go ahead and take them out.
Leo, as crazy as you may sound, I believe the Pentagon agrees with you 100%. I believe there's people saying the same things. Oh, yeah, a little better, but are saying the same things in the Pentagon right now, like, don't start laughing or don't start smiling, but this could be really great. We could really remap that region.
I mean, if you look at it, how long have we been bitching at Iran over their nuclear program? These two Israeli soldiers that are kidnapped get transferred to Iran. Israel goes in there, takes out any of their nuclear capabilities. Mm-hmm. It's a plus for us. It's win-win.
Is it, though, Fez? Is it a plus for us? I mean, does it seem like we're ready for this thing to happen?
Oh, we're not.
Or have we been drained the last couple of years?
Oh, we're totally drained.
Yeah.
I mean, right now, Chastity Bono could pass boot camp.
All right, that I disagree with. I really do. And I believe that you're not supporting the troops. Chastity Bono, I saw that Celebrity Fat Club. She would never get through. She has to exercise in a pool. They literally have to say, do your sit-ups underwater or else you'll have a heart attack.
You know who does that? Hippos. Hippos have to exercise in the water. That's how they move about.
I didn't know they were exercising. I thought they were diving for peanuts. Here is, let's go to Joe in Nashville. Joe, you're on Ron and Fez. How you doing, buddy?
Pretty good. I'm on Fezzi's side. And with all this World War III crap going on, the topic on Fox News all day long is, have the Democrats gone too far? They're ignoring the problem.
Well, yeah. What have the Democrats gone too far on this time?
They got a video on the internet. It's a commercial for raising funds, and they're showing flag-draped coffins, and they say they're exploiting soldiers' deaths for profit.
Well, we should be able to see more of those coffins in the future. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ. Here's Chris in Maine. Chris, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hello, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a Marine, a former Marine, and when they went in there and blew up the barracks in Beirut, you know,
right.
They deserve what they're getting. Israel should go in there and just torch the whole place.
All right, so we're back to that turn it to glass mentality that we were a couple years ago?
Hey, if, you know, they may have done it, whatever it was, 20 years ago. Hey, sometimes it takes a little time to get what's coming to you, and now they're getting what's coming to them. Screw the airports, blow up the airports, and every other thing over there.
All right, Chris.
Thank you.
Take care, buddy. 866-RON-0-FEZ, 866-RON-0-FEZ.
Someone needs to fix these phones so Ron and Fez can do their show. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Why won't Wiki fix the telephones? Why won't Wiki? Why won't Wiki? How can you build a pyramid without the callers calling in? How can you give out a big-ass prize to losers like me who have no life? The Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Fez Show 202, channel 202. Every fucking time they get something good going.
All right, Fezzy, you know, I try to keep everything in perspective here at XM.
Sure.
But I got to tell you, you and I are trying to avert World War III. Well, actually, I'm trying to avert it. You've screamed it's already starting and we're all going to die. The phones need to work so we can hear from people in all parts of the country and figure out how to get out of this thing before it happens. This is where, I mean, you're talking about the show that came up with Smoke Pants. One of our former guests, right now as we speak, is trying not to be lead singer of Supernova. Big things are coming out of this studio. We need the phones to work. Earl, do you want a World War III?
No.
Then talk to Wiki about going yet again to another company and having the phones fixed.
I'll make that call this afternoon.
Why call, Earl? Why not just yell out the window?
Why not march on Washington, right to the XM headquarters?
Get another 999,999 people with you, because that, I know, will make the paper. A million-man phone march. Here's Bo. Bo, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys? Hey, I just wanted to agree with Fezzy. I don't see how you can pull for Israel, just like you can't pull for Dallas, knowing what they did to JFK. There's no way you can pull for the Israel, knowing what they did to the sweet baby Jesus.
All right, so how do you deal with that when and knowing what went on? Actually, they were supposed to do. I don't understand how you make up for it, Fez. There's something in Revelations that says it's all okay.
Yeah, where it's like the Jews will come to Jesus. Yeah. They'll like apologize to him when he comes again.
Why can't the Arabs apologize, even though they didn't do anything to them? Why are we always fighting with these Arabs?
They won't apologize for anything.
And yet, Fezzy, who could be nicer than that Kesar on Big Brother? So I can't get immediately angry all the time. Michael's got a question here. Michael in Tennessee, you're on the Ron and Fez show. How are you, buddy?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
How are you?
All right. I got a question I want to ask Earl.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I was raised up as a Baptist like he is. I don't go to church hardly anymore, but I was taught that Israel was God's children and America had to stand behind them because they were God's children.
Is that a big thing there, Earl? We've got to stand behind the children of God?
Yes, support.
They're the chosen people.
Support. I always have a support for the children, God's chosen people.
that Israel was going to be at war till the end of time, and when they start saying they're going to have peace, that's when Armageddon was coming. So as long as they're, everything's good.
As long as they're fighting, Jesus will stay out of it. It's what we can't let them do now is make up. Because when Jesus comes back, it's not nice Jesus, right?
No, it's vengeful Jesus. He's going to take care of the beast and the devil and everybody else.
And us, too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that Jesus going to come back looking, and this is my belief from what I've read about it, I think he's going to look like a transformer. I think he's going to call himself Jesus, but it's going to look like a giant transformer marching around.
That's what he's going to need to do to get people's attention. I think it is going to be a giant Jesus.
All right, the Jews are the chosen people, Fez, right?
Right.
Earl, you agree?
Yes.
And they go straight to heaven, right? Wouldn't the smart angle be, instead of being born again, would be just joining the Jewish faith, becoming a chosen person?
Yeah, you would think that that's your free ticket.
Earl, get me a rabbi on the phone and get me into the Jewish faith immediately.
You want a yarmulke to go with that?
I don't like that, no. What I want to do is Kangol. What I'll be the only Jew sporting Kangol for himself. I don't want to get caught up in all that stuff. They wear it too far back. I got to wear my shit right up on the brim.
I'd be constantly worried if it fell off. I'd have my hand on it the whole time.
I point out to the rabbi that I have the timing of a Jew. The natural timing of a Jew.
It's a good thing to have.
Well, tell me about it. Act like I haven't gotten paid on it all these years. It's all I got. It's all I have, Earl. That and this lamp. Donnie in Brooklyn, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hey, how are you guys? There's never going to be peace there. You there?
Yeah, we're here.
Yeah. 460 years ago, that was Palestine.
Right.
They're going to fight until, until they get it back, which is they'll never get it back, so they'll always fight.
Why don't we just give somebody something? I don't care what we got to give up, but let's just give somebody something.
Doesn't that seem to be the easiest way to settle everything?
Just give up stuff?
Just the appeasement?
We're ready to appease. Well, figure this. We said that we spent $1/3 of $1 trillion right now, which you can't even imagine that kind of money in Iraq. And where have we gotten? It seems like nowhere, right? And that's not just me being, a downer. I don't hear anybody saying that this is good on any side. What would have we said, look, we got $300 billion. We're willing to give it to you guys to party if you just fucking chill for a while. Or don't give it to them all in one lump sum. Just every month they got that money coming in. You're spending the same amount of money.
And you couldn't get any worse results than what's going on all over the Middle East now.
You are the downer of this, Fez. You're seeing the glass is half full.
Oh, I see no hope in this.
None at all.
No. You got trains in India, 200 people getting killed on those things this week.
What happened there? Who was behind that?
That was terrorist groups out of Kashmir, whatever it is, and they're tied to Al Qaeda. So for some reason they're mad at the Indians now.
You say the Indians like we're talking about Apaches. You got to really let people know, not those Indians. We've already killed most of those Indians, so don't worry about them.
Yeah, these aren't like gold train robberies.
Earl, any luck on me being in the Jewish faith?
No, not at all.
No call back yet?
No call back.
Damn. I would love to join. Here's Dennis. Dennis, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I'm with Earl on this because Israel's just been baited into this corner for so long, and it's going to come to a head, and it's just going to explode.
World War III, my friend?
Well, you got to hope that it doesn't escalate into that and that, other neighboring countries don't get involved.
Dennis, you almost had a thought. I felt there for a while that you were on your way to explaining yourself. You almost did it.
And now what's this Iraq government supposed to do? This newly elected Iraq government that we set up? Mm-hmm. Do they stick with the popular view of being anti-Israel? Or do they have to say to their other Middle Eastern neighbors, no, since we're a U.S.-led democracy now, We're pro-Israel.
That new government will do whatever its little strings tell them to do. So it's got to find out where we're pulling, and then it'll make up his mind. All right, let me talk to somebody who I think is a spokesperson for Israel and the Jewish faith, our own Winnie Cooper. Hey, Winnie, how are you?
Hi.
How are you?
I just wanted to clear up a few things that Fez was saying about the whole situation.
Yes.
Obviously, it's coming from a biased opinion because I'm certainly biased for Israel.
Mm-hmm.
But,
why are you biased for Israel, Winnie? You're an American.
I lived there for quite a time, and I have family there.
Now, when did you live there?
I lived there for a year after high school.
What was it like?
Amazing.
Yeah.
It was kind of quieter then, so I didn't really have to have any really difficult experiences.
Did it seem very holy to you? Did it seem worth fighting about?
You know what? You're going to laugh at me, but yeah.
Yeah.
It is kind of a crazy place, and you don't know what it means. Even if you're not religious, there is some kind of weird feeling over there. And it's
if I had to say, for me, the most spiritual place I've ever been, Happy Valley, Pennsylvania.
Well, we all have our
I think
own
Joe
homeland.
Paterno knows.
Penn State holy?
Mm-hmm. So, Winnie, what are you saying? Kill every Arab? That's your way out of this?
Definitely not. But just a few important points. First of all, it's not that Israel refuses to negotiate. It's that the only negotiations that Hezbollah is willing to do is release a couple of hundred, a couple of thousand prisoners who were imprisoned because of terrorist acts. So it's basically they're saying, we'll release your 2 soldiers if you release hundreds of our terrorists back into society.
Mm-hmm.
So that's really a scary thought, and the whole point of locking up terrorists is to keep them out of society. So that's what they mean when they say they're going to bargain.
But here's the other thing, Winnie. When your side says we've captured terrorists, they're seeing your soldiers as being terrorists. We know a lot of innocent people have died in the last couple of days.
Right.
That's the
biggest problem.
If the bombs are heading your way, then those people shooting at you, I would think, would be terrorists to you, because that's an act of terror when someone shoots a bomb where your children live.
Right. That's the essential problem of this situation, which is why there's no easy way out, because either side, if you're going to sit on either side, you can understand certain things about it. But at the same time, I think it's also important to note that, like, people keep saying this has been a problem for thousands and thousands of years, and that's very incorrect, because historically, Jews and Arabs have gotten along. It's been the Christians who have been a problem, or the Turks, or the British. It's only since the state of Israel was created that there's really been.
So you're blaming most of this on Jesus?
No, I'm blaming it on the way that. Yeah, I don't know much about Jesus. I don't know about that.
Well,
but
you had the opportunity to learn, and yet you cut that short, didn't you?
Yeah, sorry about that whole thing.
So the home state should never have been created.
No, I don't know about that.
That was a huge mistake.
Well, if you look at the way it was created, the British offered a plan to divide it in half.
Yeah.
And the Jews said yes, and the Arabs said no. And that's the basic problem.
That's where it all started.
Yeah. Doesn't mean that the Arabs are wrong to say no. They just didn't want to split it, but it means that's where the problem started.
Winnie, you've given us a new viewpoint here, and I hadn't thought about this. Israel, everything good. Everyone else, everything bad.
I didn't say that. The other thing I think is important is that everyone's saying, why does America support Israel?
Yeah.
It's because it's the only ally in that area, and they need it strategically. Just militarily, they need to keep Israel as an ally.
All right, let me ask you this, though. Let's say we turned on Israel. Do you think we'd have some allies in that area then?
No way.
I honestly think we'd have some allies.
I don't know.
I think they would be waving American flags.
Hey, guess what? We can vacation in Syria now.
Finally, like I've always wanted to.
I think that America's going to be hated over there no matter what.
The closest I want to be to any of that area, anywhere in the Middle East, is Southampton. That is as close as I will get to the Middle East.
It's nowhere near.
To me, it makes me feel a little nervous. I feel like I'm too close. All right, Winnie, World War III, is it starting?
I'm going to have to say probably.
All right, so you've lined up with Fez on the eyebrow
Well,
challenge.
if you look at the whole, like, what's going on now, it's not like today came out of nowhere. It's like, Israel pulled out of Gaza, and that didn't help things.
Even though you've done so much good, Israel, it still didn't help.
And the other side has tried their best and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
And the big attacks have yet to come. Israel is telling people in Lebanon, if you live near this Hezbollah leader, get out of the way.
Right.
They're getting fair warning now. Get out of the way. Because now they're not going to stop until this guy is gone.
Well, Winnie has made me understand. She's painted a picture for me between the holy state of Israel and the filthy camel fuckers. I did not know until I found somebody like Winnie who could take a step back, Fezzy, and explain the whole situation to me.
No,
It's a
I'm
fresh
not in
perspective.
The red state, I swear. I'm just saying a little bit, giving a little bit of what I see.
Let me ask you this. When you watch CNN now, are your nips up? Are you just so excited? You just like it's all coming down.
No.
It's all happening.
No, we don't want this to happen. Did I not say that part? It's bad. Things are bad right now.
You don't want it to happen.
No.
And yet you're pushing those buttons, those missile buttons.
Well, when attacks, like rocket attacks, are happening in places that didn't happen before, so, things are escalating everywhere. That there's rocket attacks every day in civilian communities that are not really a problem.
It's a clusterfuck over there, seriously.
It really is.
Really, really bad.
It really is.
And the weapons are getting better.
Yeah,
That's
and
the
it's
scary
getting a lot
thing.
worse before it can get better. Which is
And then, of course, Transformer Jesus comes back, and some of us will be killed and burnt, and other people will get gumdrops and Twizzlers, and I assume malt balls, although that's not specific.
I never cared for those.
Malt balls?
Yeah, never liked them.
You gotta be kidding me.
I'm going to stick out in heaven.
It's like eating a fucking perfect ball of malt. It's got everything we love in life. Chocolate and malt. All right, honey.
All right. Sorry for sounding biased.
No. I love hearing from a cheerleader. I've never met a Jewish cheerleader. It's wonderful.
Stop it.
All right, honey. We'll talk to you soon.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
The Israeli spokesmodel.
I had no idea she was Jewish. Then that Winnie Cooper is not a real name. That's definite.
Yeah. Who knows what it is?
Cooperstein.
That's it.
Who knows what it is? Who knows? All right, here's Eric in Colorado. How are you, Eric?
Hey, guys. Hey, well, since Winnie was a cheerleader for Israel, I'll be a cheerleader for the other side.
Okay.
I am Lebanese.
Hezbollah.
I do not support Hezbollah. Though I am an American citizen, was born here, I have spent time in Lebanon.
Okay.
A couple of things people need to understand is that since 1990, Israel has violated 106 UN resolutions condemning actions of violence against Lebanon and Syria. And believe me, Syria is a bad country. Winnie's comment, or your comment, Ron, or Winnie's comment that Israel is our only friend, actually Jordan, Lebanon, and Egypt are allies of the United States. Although Egypt, it's only been in the last few years, Lebanon and Jordan have been allies of the United States for a long time. When Israel occupied Gaza and the West Bank, one of the things they did is went in and kicked Palestinians out, took over their homes, and didn't give them anything. As the Israelis have pulled back out of the occupied areas, they have leveled those homes and basically given the middle finger to the Palestinians, saying, yeah, we know we took your homes 20, 30, 40 years ago, but now you're going to be left with rubble. There's enough hatred to go around on both sides, and, there's a lot of things that are not covered in the media. Our media ignores the almost daily incursions by Israeli troops into Lebanon that are not reported. That's one of the things that the UN resolutions has denounced and called on Israel to stop, and Israel does nothing.
All right, let's do this though, bro. Let's say everything that you say is true, and as we assumed, Winnie was lying through her teeth. Now, all that being said,
right,
is there any way out of this without it all going back to the past?
No.
There's no fucking way out of it, is there? That's the goddamn point.
Unfortunately, there really is not, because we're in a situation that no matter what, neither side is going to 100% get along. And
neither side's going to feel totally compensated for everything each side has been through. There will never be enough to compensate for what's happened in the past.
Because it's Hatfields and McCoy stuff. Every time someone gets drunk, they remember that, an uncle got killed.
It's reparations.
One of the things that causes so much hatred in the Middle East towards the United States is no matter what, we always back Israel. Every one of those
100% of the time we do back Israel. We got to say that.
Every one of those resolutions that the 106 resolutions against Israel, the only support Israel had in the UN on those resolutions was the United States.
And the odd thing about it is, this is the only thing the Democrats and Republicans will agree on 100%. Both sides back Israel 100% of the time.
So it's our backing of Israel, not our freedoms that they hate.
Well, I don't know.
A lot of it is our backing of Israel.
You know, I don't think it's any one thing, but we do back Israel 100% of the time.
And I think a lot of if we were to pull back from that support of Israel, I don't think it would absolutely make America look better, but it would, in some ways, maybe return in some eyes return us to a favorable light for telling Israel, you know what, you're in the wrong, which we never do. We give them
maybe every once in a while. We just go, hey, it's a little far. All right, thank you very much, Eric.
Sure.
See you later, buddy. All right, so Eric, Eric kind of, I guess, lined up on your side, Fez. I can't tell exactly where you are here. What do you want us to do?
I'm saying that there's nothing that can be done.
Nothing at all?
Yeah, that there's no way out of this situation.
There's got to be a way out of a situation. Earl, where are you on this?
I think what will eventually happen is Bush will say, you know what, show some restraint, pull back a little bit, and once we kind of pull back our support a little bit, they'll back off, and things will kind of calm down a little.
You put your faith where you always have with George W. Bush. What you consider to be the greatest president of the last 6 years?
Hell no. Everybody knows.
Not.
Everybody knows that's Billy Clinton. That was my all-time favorite president.
He hasn't been in the last 6 years, no matter how much uptown you guys have parades. All right, here's Dave. Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah. I'm not as hot as Winnie Cooperstein is, but I've got kind of an opposing cheerleading point to her.
She's amazing.
The like you guys were saying, the Baptists think that the Jews are the chosen people. The Baptists and the Christians are the ones that have screwed this whole thing up. They're the ones that have caused a lot of the animosity for years and years. The Jews and the Muslims got together peacefully in the Middle East, shared pretty much everything. Their religion is almost the same religion. I'm speaking.
Well, they all have the same God, oddly enough. They all start at the same exact place. And I think everybody would agree here that when you talk about Christians, Jews, and Muslims, the one thing that they all have in common is that they're bumfuck crazy. Just out of their mind, making shit up crazy.
And I don't see where the hate's going to go. I mean, so much of this is based around hate, and then it goes into property lines and everything there.
Well, why don't we go back into what we all have in common with those three religions? One thing all three religions have in common, and I think we can reunite on this, is that we're all against gays. Every one of them thinks gays are the filthy people.
That's the way to go about it?
Mm-hmm. So I'm going to count to 10, Fezzy, and you start running. And I'm gonna unleash the three major religions on you.
I don't want to have to run past the Scud.
Oh, what's that?
What was that?
What is that? Tom, you're on the Ron and Fez show, buddy.
Hey guys, what's going on? I just wanted to bring up on how Israel is kind of like our little brother. They run their mouth sometimes. I mean, you guys are just playing a friendly game of football, and all of a sudden, your little brother starts running his mouth, and he gets into a fight. And you think he's going to do okay at first, and he throws a few punches, but then he gets, side kicked in the leg, and now the big brother,
Tom, your metaphors are for literally for pot-smoking idiots. No, we're all adults here. And to hear the whole, we're playing football, and your little brother got picked on you, that's just crazy talk. That's just absolutely crazy talk.
Because Hezbollah is now bombing into Israel. They're launching missiles into Israel now as we speak.
Can we start and call Israel? Is that at least something like in that song that we can agree on?
We Three Kings?
Yeah. I really missed that one. I really do.
So I guess if there was going to be a way out of this, it would have to be give everybody the land that they want, and then that still doesn't seem like it's going to work. Because everyone's going to want the same land or more land, or they're not going to feel like it's enough compensation land.
Because the truth is this. Smarter people have tried to fix this thing and haven't. And unlike what Winnie says, it has been thousands and thousands of years. Because, first of all, where were the Jews all those years before we came back? They were kicked out and running, scrambling across Asia and Europe and everywhere else. So it's not like this has always been good news. It hasn't been. It's been bad news from the get-go.
Yeah, they get displaced like 7-8 times in the Bible.
You have God, he's got 3 children, and really he's not happy unless they're fighting amongst each other. This is where he's at his happiest. It's where he feels in control. Earl, you agree with that? You blame this all on God?
No, I'm not blaming this on the good Lord.
Good Lord, why doesn't he just fix it then?
He will fix it.
If he has all this power, why doesn't he just stick a big giant face into the sky and do this? Stop it. And I guarantee you people will be scrambling every which direction. The sun will come up the next day and it'll be as quiet as hell.
Yeah, if they heard a voice just scream, knock it off.
But I mean, not just a voice. It's going to be a face, too. It's just poking in. The size of the entire sky. So it's just like a big Tron face.
They would forget about it days after the face appeared.
I tell you, that part of the world makes you forget about Poland. I don't know why Poland has gotten so many of the jokes when you see how all those people are. John, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Yeah.
Couple things. Religion will always be proved all problems. American presidents have always backed these people, Israelis, since way, way back when. Hamas and Hezbollah, it is Iran. They back them financially and militarily. Anything that goes on in that Middle East is backed by Iran. Ron, your comment about the Muslims and gays, right?
Yeah.
And Muslim people, I just spent time in Iraq, Saudi Arabia, several countries over there. They believe that Muslim women are for children, childbirth, and the boys are for sex. That's absolute truth.
All right. I'm going to put you on hold, and we are going to give you the number for Fox News. Fox News. We want you to give them a buzz. They'll put you right in first or second caller. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. David, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Yeah.
I just wanted to point out that this is all Hitler's fault. I mean, if he didn't come down on the Jews, then, none of this would be any trouble. Palestine would still be existing and everything. I'm for Israel. But I think me and Fezzy need to get in my time machine and go back and kill baby Hitler.
Would you kill baby Hitler now if you had the chance, Fez?
Boy, I really hate to kill babies.
The only problem is, so Fez, come down to Alabama. I'm from New York, but come down to Alabama, put the blindfold on, take your pants off, and we'll get in my time machine.
All right, if you did that, Fez, if you got into a time machine, and you got back and you saw baby Hitler, and you could stop all the problems by killing him, what would you do?
I couldn't kill a baby. I could not kill a baby, even if it had that little Hitler mustache.
So the fact is that all evil has to do is show itself to you as innocence, and you'll believe it. So the devil could show up, and when you were against the devil, if it started turning into a baby and going goo goo gaga, you would hold it.
Couldn't I do something where I change Hitler's life where he didn't grow up so hateful?
Yes, you have that ability, Fez. You are the fucking maternal thing of the world. You are able to put evil to your tit, have it suck it, and everything will turn out all right. Could you kill the devil if it looked like a baby? That's the question.
Yes, I would have to.
Baby killer. Unbelievable. An unbelievable baby killer.
Evil killer.
What if I just showed up and go, what are you doing? That's a baby! And you're trying to tell me that's Hitler or the devil? You're out of your mind.
This is evil, this baby.
This is the kind of thoughts crazy people have. When they see a baby and they see the devil, that's an insane person. You know what I'm going to do?
Something's got to be done.
Hey, did you notice Winnie Cooper didn't even try to get me into the faith? They never want people to join their faith. The Christians, they go door to door. Please join us. Please join us. You say to the Jews, maybe I'll convert to Judaism. Oh, you wouldn't like it. It's not for you. You know why? It's fucking great. You're actually the chosen people.
They are not evangelical. They are not trying to save people whatsoever.
Save? They're trying to keep them out. They're trying to keep them out.
More heaven for the rest of us.
Well, would you really want to go to heaven if there was a bunch of fucking Presbyterians there? Seems like it would really be as far from hip as you could possibly get.
That would be just singing hymns on a cloud.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. Oh, please. Once you get to heaven, please tell me we stop the praying. That can finally end.
What else would
and
there
the
be to say?
lectures, the endless lectures, on and on. Bop, 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 bop. Do this, don't do that. Bop, 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 bop. I can't take it anymore. I don't know how many times I've been in church. I'd be like 5. I'd turn to my mom and I go, if I don't get out of here in 5 minutes, I'm killing myself. I will kill myself.
If there's sermons in heaven, you really are preaching to the choir at that point.
The heavenly choir.
Yeah.
There will be a heavenly choir singing for you, Fez.
And this one I'll be able to get in.
I don't know. You're a baby killer. I don't think you're going to do very well there.
Evil killer.
It's just a little baby. It's just little Adolf. It's just a baby Adolf. It's just a baby Adolf. I'll tell you right now, I mean, I thought I was against those Nazis. Then I was watching that Heidi Klum on TV last night. Oh, my God. That woman may be perfect. Don't make faces over Seal. Eastside Dave was so furious when he found out that Heidi Klum is with Seal. They're married.
They're married, and she's pregnant for the second time with Seal's baby. 2 out of 3 seasons of Project Runway. She's pregnant on it.
Still looks good. I would do her 9 months. 9 months, I'd still do her. Earl, you disagree?
No, not at all.
She could be crowning. The baby's head could be coming through.
Oh.
And I'd lie a ball sack.
That's too close to term.
Fez, not at all would be too close to term for you. The ability to have children is a turnoff for you. I'd still go down on her why she was giving birth. I don't think that's out of the question. Just licking on a placenta.
You could end up licking on the soft spot there.
Whatever. I'm sure the baby's gorgeous, too. Unlike you, baby killer. Waiting for it to be born, chop it up with an axe, because you think if a German has a baby, it's Hitler come back.
Devil killer.
You're seriously out of your mind. You have passed any place at all where normal people would exist. You're killing babies. It's Son of Sam time.
But only for the good of the world. Next Wednesday, Ron and Fez, we will be having a party along with ronfez.net.
What?
We're going to be having a little party at the Blue Room, getting together with the folks at ronfez.net.
Are you a professional announcer?
No.
No?
Not close.
You don't get paid?
So that's on 60th Street at 2nd Avenue. That party starts next Wednesday about 8 o'clock. 1140 2nd Avenue is the address there for the Blue Room.
I'm sure Winnie Cooper will be there going on and on and on about Israel. All the wonderful things Israel does. I'll tell you what, I don't know why everybody feels the need to stick to countries, no matter what. No matter what country it is. Oh, it's perfect.
Oh, yeah, people think their country could... And it's always beautiful. Have you ever noticed that?
It is a beautiful world. Have you ever been anywhere, like any one state in the United States, where you go, this is just ugly? I mean, anywhere I've ever been, I have seen beauty.
No, and I've even been to, like, some Central American places.
Yeah.
Where,
they're actually more gorgeous, a lot of those places. Just because they're poor doesn't mean that there's a lack of beauty.
Where it's like one side of the road looks like a tenement, and the other side is like the most gorgeous jungle you're going to see.
All right, well, you came up with a good point. I'm not saying all the people and architecture is beautiful or what humans have done with it. But the physical planet of Earth, I don't see where you can bitch your God for that one. He has come up with a great planet. Now, did he feel the need to add bugs? Yeah, I don't get it. I don't know why he thought, I'll sprinkle bugs all over this now. That, to me, seems insane.
It's almost like he wants us to enjoy nature, but not too much of it, to get chased back out of it.
Does everything on the planet serve a purpose? Like, does every bug serve a purpose? Everything that there is out there? Let me check with Earl. Earl, what do you think?
I believe so, that they have some type of purpose, because, we always talk about when the rainforest, let's keep the rainforest, that every bug holds the secret to some medical cure, and plant life holds some secrets to how we could live better.
Oh, so your thing is only if they serve a purpose for humans, not that they serve a purpose for the planet itself.
No, just
it's just
how in general. It's just how the Earth was made.
But, I mean, your thing always goes back to how they benefit humans. You're like, oh, yes, alligators are great. You can make shoes and handbags out of them. You know, your idea of purpose is just how they can make Earl's life better.
No, it's just it's like part of this big chain, and we're on top of the chain. But I think if one bug disappears,
well,
then
when
another
you say
bug.
we're on top of the chain, are you throwing your folks in there, Earl? Because on the chain, I know my folks have been at the top for a while. So when you say we, I'm saying not so fast.
I mean, we the human race.
Remember,
we could
the
break
last
down.
time people started saying the chain works, it was fucking wrapped around you, my friend.
I know we could break down humans.
Yeah, well, you're all for doing that.
Yeah,
we all invented these things. Well, not all of us. When you really look at the progress, it's those Europeans. I hate to tell you, Earl. It's the great nations of Europe. Morgan, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
I was watching this episode of The Twilight Zone a while back that some woman tried to go back in time and kill baby Hitler.
Mm-hmm.
They just replaced him with some little Jew baby.
Now, is that true? You just made that up?
No.
So
it was on Sci-Fi.
I got to go back and watch a lot of the old Twilight Zone. Some of them, though, are so badly made. You forget until you go back and watch them. You know, I remember there was something on. I tried to tell my kids, watch this. This is so scary. And then they just started fucking cracking up at me like I'm an idiot. I've had that happen a couple times, too. And one time I tried to tell them now to watch a Dudley Moore film. That Arthur, I go, where do you see this film? It's a laugh riot. They're just fucking looking at me going, really? This was funny back then? And I go, for some reason it seemed it. Here's Franklin. Franklin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I was hearing about the whole insect stuff.
What about it?
Well, I was thinking, you kind of need ants, and you kind of need, without bees, you wouldn't have flowers or anything like that.
Right.
You need to, replenish the earth. They kind of have a use. They're annoying, but they're necessary.
What about a mosquito?
We know they're carrying things from one place to the other.
I think there's no use for mosquitoes. Actually, they feed spiders, and there's probably a good use for spiders.
Yeah, I mean, that's the problem that when you run out of that is that suddenly you get rid of mosquitoes, maybe you'll get rid of bats, and on and on and on, like everything is in that. Now, if I had to say what bug was at the top of the bug chain, I'd have to go with lightning bug right off the bat.
It's a bug that people don't mind.
Their asses glow. You can put them under your fingernails and make your friends laugh. Did you ever do that when you were a kid, Fez?
No, we didn't have...
The most disgusting thing in the world. We would line lightning bugs up, or fireflies, as you folks down south call them, and sit there and try to make our friends happy.
I know we had the love bugs in Florida. They're little flying bugs that are attached at the ass. They get stuck on windshields and stuff. We would pull those apart and separate them.
I remember one of my brother's bonding moments when he was 15 and I was about 4. He taught me how to hit lightning bugs with a wiffle ball bat. And it
is amazing how wicked and mean little boys are and how they will kill just for the sense of killing. Where we would take those lightning bugs and rub them against the sidewalk to make kind of glow-in-the-dark art. Try to make your initials in lightning bug guts.
My brother spelt out my name on the sidewalk, and my mom was like, that's the cutest thing. Until my mom realized that that's the bug's fucking blood, and that's, the bug.
Yeah, it's
horrible.
Filthy. But I put them at the top of the bug chain. I don't think there's another bug even close to lightning bug.
Ladybugs? No one can. You're not allowed to kill them.
Why not?
I don't know.
Don't you remember that thing, ladybug fly away?
Something.
Your house is on fire and something about your kids.
Right.
Bad luck to kill a ladybug. Also bad luck kill a grasshopper. Never want to kill a grasshopper.
So even if you get one in your house and it's making noise?
Yeah, you don't want to kill one. It's bad luck, like, breaking a mirror. I'm not saying things will actually happen. I don't have the faith of you and Earl of sitting there wondering about the boogeyman. I'm saying it's part of the thing is it's bad luck.
There was also the praying mantis in New Jersey. You would get a $250 fine. And I was always thinking, who are the people that are going to come and catch you and give you a fine? Like, how's anyone going to ever find out that I killed a praying mantis?
The same people who find out that you smoke pot. You're not bothering anybody there yet, they seem. Well, praying mantis, we needed that. I think it was like boll weevils that they would kill, something like that. Something that would protect, that would eat the bugs that eat the crops. So you're not allowed to ever destroy any bugs that we need to keep our crops going.
That was the same with the ladybugs, because, like, they ate aphids, which destroy crops.
Fucking starving. Something about the word aphid just makes me hungry. We got any kind of tasty bug over there, Earl?
Just ran out.
We don't even have gummy worms.
Any gum?
I know we have some saltines, because Earl eats them by the handful.
Oh, you want to talk about that? One time I come into the office, and he just, like, looks at me, like, real sheepishly, and I find out he's stealing my crackers, and he hides a jar of peanut butter behind his computer monitor.
So you buy peanut butter for yourself.
And then eats my crackers. And
why don't you buy your own crackers? They're like 69 cents.
I wanted to see how svelte, like I could do it, or secretive, I guess.
Yeah, not svelte.
Oh, well, something.
Thin.
By the way, did you join the Navy yesterday? Or at least get a Navy haircut?
Where are you, barber?
When are you guys going to see?
I don't know. Val and Rudy's always chops my hair off. And anyway,
where's this at?
It's right on 23rd Avenue in Astoria.
Uh-huh. What are you paying for a haircut?
It's very cheap. $11.
$11. Like no, anything hit you on the back on the way out? It should have been your change.
I am not very pleased with this haircut, needless to say.
But here's the thing.
Why not?
You had a shit haircut last time. And now you're like, I can't believe they gave me this asshole cut. What do you do next haircut? Send right back to the same place.
It's the only barbershop in Astoria.
Well, you know what? You're in Manhattan right now. Get yourself $600 and go out and get a trim.
Did the barber happen to notice you're missing an eyebrow?
He didn't notice that. I always tell him, not a lot off the top. Short on the sides, not a lot off the top. I like that Lyle Lovett look. And they don't listen, and they screw the top.
You can tell them to stop when you're looking in a mirror.
No, wait. This is not like a black barber shop where there's all the talking and fun. A white barber shop is very quiet.
It's all business.
I don't know how a black barber shop becomes so much fun. It's just unbelievable to us, Earl, that it's that enjoyable that you folks have.
It's like a men's club. You just go there to hang out, talk shit.
I don't get it. I had no idea.
And get your haircut.
We have bars. Our community has bars.
And I always get nervous if a barber asks me questions, and I will blatantly lie. So, like, he goes, I'm getting this haircut at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock last night, and he goes, so you're off to work now? Yep. I'm going right to work. It's 7 o'clock p.m. I'm just lying to him, but he makes me nervous by asking me questions. Yeah, I'm going to work. I'm going to work. Oh, and then afterwards you're going with your girl to dinner? Yeah, I'm doing that too.
But you're like a little kid, just wants to get out of an adult conversation.
No, but aren't you like staring into like a mirror or anything? Or they'll show you a mirror, like see how far it's progressing. At one point you can say, you know what, that's enough, that's cool. Do you ever ask them like, hey, that's too much?
No, we do not interact with our people. That in the white community, we go there, we tell them what we want, and then we hope for the best, Earl. There's not a lot of ball break-in, and at no time will somebody in the barbershop say something so funny that your barber will run away. Like, just, I can't believe, I don't know where they run. But black people, when they hear something funny, they take off.
I think it's to other barbershops.
There's a lot of quietness where we go. There's shampooing. I know this is going to shock you. There's a shampoo that takes place, and then you tell them what you want, and then you quietly hope for the best, and sometime later you'll take a look and see what your hair is.
I was so scared last night that I got my first shave because I'm totally intimidated by my barber. So he's like, oh, do you like your hair? Yes, I did. I lied to him. And then he goes, you want to shave? I'm like, oh, okay, shave me. And so I had to do the shaving cream and the whole thing. I mean, it felt great.
Mm-hmm.
It was a little gay, but...
What's gay about it?
Him touching my face and, they're...
I know the gay part is when he lowered his balls into your mouth.
He was pretty close.
Earl, I'm going to tell you right now, all the time I've got my hair cut, I've never heard anything from a stylist, a barber, about a woman's ass. I know in your community, you discuss big asses, who likes them, what ass you jump up on. We just don't have that. Doesn't happen for us. Keith, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey guys, how's it going?
Yeah.
Yeah, unfortunately, you can't kill someone bad like Hitler because everything that happens that they do predicates other things that normal people do. It's the butterfly effect. You change one thing, you change everything.
Yes, but it doesn't mean that you would change everything for the bad. Things could be changed for the good.
Yeah, but think about, we were born way after that. Stuff could have happened to our grandparents and our parents, and all of a sudden we're not even alive because stuff happened.
Are you telling me that my grandparents wouldn't have met if it wasn't for Hitler? That they owe their happy marriage of drinking and fighting to Adolf Hitler. I'd be shocked.
Let me make it a little more relevant.
Okay.
After 9/11, you got a lot of guys that were killed working in the towers.
Mm-hmm.
The wives go remarried. There are babies born from the new marriages. They wouldn't have gotten remarried because they weren't getting divorced if we went back in time and stopped the towers from getting bombed.
Obviously, I understand what you're saying. Things would change, but it doesn't mean that they wouldn't change for the better. Anytime that you have a crossroads where you take one road instead of the other, that's a major change in your life.
True, but I'm saying
normally it's just
wouldn't be born.
Yeah, just the really, really small things in your life change everything. And not just for your life, but for generations ahead.
His point of view is that it's all bad, where if you had killed baby Hitler, another baby would have taken over who was even worse, and Germany would have gotten the A-bomb.
Well, no, he's not saying that. He's saying that nothing would be the same, that it wouldn't be the matter that you're looking at the big picture. What he's saying is enough of the little pictures would change so that life as you know it would be totally different. And people would, vast millions and millions of people would be gone because they wouldn't have gotten together. Not over the major change of Hitler, but the smaller thing of suddenly now there's a world at war, so people are traveling. Those people are having children, and you figure any one baby, that's the top of another family tree. I'll put it this way, Fez. You could go back and think, oh, what a weird thing for you and I to meet each other and have a show. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you think if I didn't go to Florida when I did, if maybe you hadn't heard a certain radio show and decided to become this, or you and I met through another friend of yours, whatever. But the thing is this, if your parents, or your, like, say, great-grandparents, didn't decide to come to the United States, you might have been a fisherman in Nova Scotia. I would have met probably such a much more funnier, charismatic partner.
What?
I'd find myself just so much further ahead in life. And Jesus Christ, this would have been so unbelievable. And I just think of how great my life would have been.
Quit daydreaming about it.
I just getting away from the constant talks about heart and blood pressure. It'd be fucking phenomenal.
Maybe if I had an ancestor that pushed the cheese away once in a while.
Or let's look at you, Dave.
Right.
If your mom had met your, and you wouldn't have been born, right? If your mom and dad had met, you wouldn't have been born.
Right.
How many chef cocks would your girlfriend have sucked by now?
Oh, jeez. A lot. A lot more, I think.
I think the exact same amount. 1,000.
Oh, God.
I don't think anything would have changed.
That's weird that timeline wouldn't have been altered.
Yeah. That's really a mind-blower.
Isn't it? Kenny, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Yeah.
There's this guy, this Korean guy at Supercuts by me. Everyone avoids this guy because once you leave his chair, you look like a Korean guy. Same haircut for everybody. It could be a guy, a girl, a little kid, whatever.
Why you do this?
Korean haircut, shaved on the side, little fluffy on the top.
But next time go in there and he asks you what do you want, you go like it matters. Give me the Korean. Give me the fucking Korean.
That's the only cut he knows.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Minus points for Team Wiley today. What day is it, Fez?
Today is Thursday.
And that's supposed to be free of...
Dave.
Eastside
Yes.
Dave.
It's no Dave Thursdays.
Yes.
So, yeah, big loss for you today, Fezzy. Even though I think that you were leading Earl in that debate/discussion.
I'm sorry, Captain. I thought that was just for June.
I like the fact that you're calling him Captain.
He's
now.
the captain of Team Watley.
I hope that catches on.
And I have one sailor.
Yeah, I would have started calling him Cappy. And then when he's not around, I'll yell, I miss you, Cappy! I'm going to win this for Cappy.
That was my least favorite part of any Big Brother season whatsoever.
All right, there's a vote out on Big Brother tonight. I know who it is. I know who's getting voted out.
You know already?
Mm-hmm. You know why?
Why?
I'm connected. I'm connected with Indy Mike. I will tell you this. It was a tie all this time, and then there was a small break in the tie, and now everybody in the house just about went against the one person.
All right, I'm shocked that there was even a tie because I know who I thought was going home, and I figured it would be overwhelming.
Who do you think is going home?
I think it's Allison.
Why don't you put your eyebrows on it? Why don't this be something that you put your eyebrows on?
No, I'm not connected there. I would rather bet on World War III than reality programming.
Why don't you do this? You put your eyebrows on it, and if you win, I give you a car. Is that good? Eyebrows against a car?
No, it doesn't seem good. Something seems horribly wrong about this.
Carnies and Rubes, my friend. Tomorrow, join me and we'll all laugh at Fez. All right, 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Sally, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
Hi. I was just following your thing there. If the Japanese hadn't bombed Pearl Harbor, I wouldn't be here because my mom's boyfriend was the front gunner on the Arizona.
Well,
and he died. Mom came home, or Mom married my dad instead.
So you're so happy that the Japanese bombed Pearl Harbor?
No. I'm just saying that my name would have been different. I probably wouldn't be here.
Here's my feelings about that. I would be afraid because my belief is this: if the Japanese did not bomb Pearl Harbor, I believe they would have bombed Pearl Bailey. And that would have led to an overweight black woman dying.
She deserves it anyway.
Why start that? Seriously, this is why there's no Dave Thursdays. Because you come in and you attack an institution. Like Pearl Bailey. Do you even know who she is?
Singer? Back in the day?
Singer/songwriter.
Yeah.
And everyone loved her.
Rob, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Ronnie, and if you didn't mention Daly, the suck job by Westside, I wouldn't have batched so quickly today. Thank you.
You are batching to my chick, giving a blowjob. Why are you batching to that?
Well, I'll tell you the truth. If I was there, I probably would have stopped it, but first I would have held her gum and her hair.
All right, you know what?
Fuck it all.
I got to give out a little prize. I'm sending you the big-ass prize closet, sir. What do we got for him, Fez?
Rob, you're winning a CD copy of Don't You Know Who I Think I Was, the best of the replacements. That's courtesy of Rhino Entertainment. That CD is in stores now. You can also check it out at rhino.com.
All right, here's my buddy, Indy Mike. Indy Mike, how you doing, pal?
All right, you guys. I heard you just talking about Big Brother, so I figured I'd give a quick call.
Yeah, did you hear Fez blow a car? All right, Indy Mike, I don't want you to give away anything, but
I know that.
How do you feel like the season is going so far?
I honestly was really not looking forward to this season at the beginning, and it's turned out to be all right. The plotting and the little alliances that seem to be out there are really interesting.
Ever-changing alliances, too.
Yeah, especially after, as you mentioned, the way the vote kind of swung around yesterday, and then to watch the people that talked to each other after the vote, it was like, whoa, wait a minute, I didn't think you guys were even talking to each other. So,
Yeah, I think it's a damn good season. I know some people don't like Big Brother. I see it as a live 24-hour-day chess match taking place over summer. Very difficult game to play.
I think the people that don't like it don't get the live feeds, and so they don't see all the other credits going on. The CBS show by itself doesn't hold up very well, if you ask me. But the knowing, as you know and I know, there's not going to be any big surprise tonight as far as who's going. But for a lot of people, there will be, and CBS is going to try to spin it that way.
Well, there's Rube Watley. He's going to be playing it in front of his TV.
I'll be watching.
But I think, if you like playing poker, whatever, you like this game. It's the same kind of thing. Only it's physically tough because they're doing it all the time, 24 hours a day.
It never ends. It never ends. They were going. They're just getting up in the house right now. I'm actually looking and watching Mike Boogie work on in the workout room. They just started to get up for the day, and they're going to be cleaning house and getting ready for the show tonight.
Is there going to be a sequester house this year?
They're not positive. They're really not. And as a side note, not that it gives anything big away, but Will is going around telling everyone that he will not go into sequester. Will, of course, won season 2, and he's just saying, I'm just here to have fun, and I will not do the sequester, so I'll walk out of this house if I have to before it gets to sequester time. And nobody knows if he's serious or not, because it says Will, he always lies.
You never know whether to believe him. Yeah. All right, buddy.
All right, take
Thanks
care, guys. Bye.
Andy Mike, his site is iloveBigBrother.com.
Earl, what side are we supposed to go for the live feeds?
I believe it's Real Networks. I'm not sure.
Yeah, make sure you find out for me, will you? Because the thing that you gave me the other day didn't work. Did not work.
So, and these people, they're in the house, and it's constant conversation for 24 hours a day, not just what you see on TV. So they constantly have a chance to screw something up by talking to somebody else.
Dave, why don't you go in the other room and try to get on with one of those?
Okay.
Try to get on with all of them. Make sure that they all work. Let's take a break here, Fezzy. We'll be right back. Hey, today we're going to be giving away some more prizes with Name the Interns. We're going to learn about our interns, and then we're going to finally come up with names for them.
So eventually, hopefully after today, they won't just be Buddy and Pal as they walk through the place.
I hope to name one of them Grapefruit, but that's me. I just have always wanted a pal named Grapefruit. All right, we'll be back in a few moments. Ron and Fez.
Ronnie. Fezzy. The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Show. Coming up in a little bit, your chance to win Name the Interns.
The Michael Strahan divorce getting a little bit uglier day by day. His wife, Jean Strahan, in court accusing him of videotaping her sister while she was undressing. Apparently, Michael Strahan had set up a secret videotape, a secret camera, and an alarm clock to get a tape of this. And then Strahan's people saying, well, I did, my wife got upset, and she was paid $30,000 to forget about it.
Not such a bad deal, huh?
$30,000 to have your sister videotaped naked.
And I mean, what are you saying? In her underwear? I mean, what is she really doing? It's not sexy.
And this Jean Strahan, now, a few weeks ago, she was saying Michael Strahan was gay. Now she's accusing him of videotaping a woman getting undressed. She's trying to have it every way in this divorce.
But, I mean, she's not accusing this time. He's even agreeing. He didn't say he was gay, but he goes, yes, I had a secret camera to shoot my sister-in-law.
Yeah, she came home and all the video equipment was there. The wife totally caught him in this act.
And Strahan admitted it, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
This one's pretty bad. That's pretty tacky.
Independent candidate for governor in Texas. She's suing the state because her nickname, Grandma, can't be included on the ballot. But then fellow candidate, Richard Freeman, he gets to be listed by his nickname, Kinky.
Kinky gets to do it.
So, yeah, and it's like, who would you vote for, Grandma or Kinky in this bit?
I'm going to tell you the truth. If I was down there, Kinky Freeman would have my vote.
He's another independent candidate running for office there.
Yes, I just heard you say that. Well, the difference is, Fezzy, he uses that name.
Yeah, the reason Kinky is allowed to do it, according to the state, is Kinky is his nickname with this other lady who's known as Grandma.
It's not just his nickname, it's his stage name. I don't know what, you know who Kinky is?
No.
The writer, he's written 20 books or something like that, and he's got a band, Kinky Friedman. I think the Texas Jew Boys, is that the name of them, Earl?
I think it's something like that, the Texas Jew Boys.
So he's famous, Fez.
And they're saying Grandma is a campaign slogan.
Right. I agree. I think that one's a slam dunk.
State officials in Ohio, they're embarrassed over a prison project that allowed inmates to put together a CD of children's music. This was a pet project between the governor's wife and the Department of Corrections. Well, it turns out the CD gets put together, and one of the people listed for a credit on there is a convicted child sex offender.
Well, it's not... you're acting like that's any worse than anybody else in prison. The thing is, you're putting together with a bunch of prisoners, and then you're shocked that there hasn't been a background check. I mean, the guys are in prison... not for being good people. So if it wasn't a child molester, I'm sure you'd have some kind of sexual offender in there.
The state was saying they would only do this project with the Department of Corrections if no sex offenders were used on the CD.
But what about somebody who, took away someone's father? That would probably not be the best thing. Somebody who would, gotten involved in something where people's lives have been destroyed. Why are you surprised that prisoners... have this bad past?
They shouldn't be surprised, because I think one of the songs on the CD was, if you're happy and you know it, drop your pants. I mean, that should have been a clue right there.
That one could have been written by the sex offender.
So if they're so worried about it, they should have checked this thing all along, not waited till it was already out and available to children.
Old MacDonald had a cock gave things away from me.
You would think somebody would check on this in Ohio.
And on this cock he had 2 balls. E-I-E-I-O.
I mean, you put it in and track 1 is head and shoulders, nips and balls.
I said it goes too far. You know who's writing those kind of songs?
Who?
Child molesters.
Yeah.
Child molesters write those kinds of songs.
I don't know who... Hope Taft, the First Lady of Ohio. I don't know why she thought this would be such a great idea to have prisoners put together a CD of children's songs and lullabies.
Old MacDonald had a cock. It's not going to be a good... It's not going to be a good song for children to listen to. Ohio is one wacky swing state.
The children, they pop in this CD, they're listening to Where is Thumpkin, and all they know is where he shouldn't be.
All right, I don't even know that song.
It's that's the one where you put your thumbs behind your back, and it's like, where is Thumpkin, where is Thumpkin? And the thumbs come out, and they go, here I am, here I am.
We did Where is Tom Thumb.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Earl, which way did you go?
I think we used Tom Thumb.
Yeah. I've never heard the name Thumpkin in my life.
Yeah, we totally used Thumpkin.
Let me check with Dave. Dave, were you Thumpkin or Tom Thumb?
Tom Thumb. Thumpkin sounds dirty and pornographic.
Well, on this CD, it is.
All right, this is weird. I wonder why your school had a totally different way of singing that song than ours.
Yeah, and Thumpkin. Sounds too much like pumpkin. It doesn't even make sense.
Do you think that maybe you didn't... It's one of those things where you messed up the lyrics?
No, this one I'm 100% on. We sang Where is Thumpkin.
You did. Did the other kids. Sean, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
I think the song that gave it away for me was I'm a Little Teapot, Suck My Spout.
Ouch.
Very wrong. Very wrong.
You're a little sex pot is what you are.
When I get excited, pour me out. I'm a little teapot, suck my spout. Here is Rod. You're on with Ron and Thumpkin.
I like the remake of the Row, Row, Row Your Boat classic was Suck, Suck, Suck My Cock.
See, that's wrong. That is wrong.
That's got to send up a red flag somewhere in the Ohio Department of Corrections.
I remember when we were in, I think, 5th grade, we got in big trouble. The entire class had to sit there while the principal came in. And this is the oddest thing, was singing 15 miles on, I think it was the Pussy Canal. We just threw pussy in while we were singing. Who is singing that? Now we're like this. We were singing Erie. Finally, the principal had to come in. What are you talking about? This is insane. Fez, tell this story again, though. It's a bizarre one.
Yeah, this is a project that was going on with the prison system in Ohio, along with the First Lady of Ohio, the governor's wife, where they were letting inmates put together a children's CD. It would have children's songs that they're performing, lullabies, and any original material, too, of children's material that the prisoners wanted to put on there. Now they're all embarrassed because they see one of the technical advisors was a sex molester.
Hey, Bernie, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I just want to comment on Fez. Just want to show support. Yeah, I grew up, singing Thumpkin as well.
Where at?
Down in Texas.
I wonder if it was more of a southern thing to sing Thumpkin. I'd never heard it to this moment. Here's Mike. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, I think isn't track 4 Mary had a tight little snatch?
I didn't hear you, bro.
I think track 4 is Mary had a tight little snatch, if I'm correct.
It would be Mary had a little snatch instead of little lamb. Okay, I got it. Big Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Buddy.
Yeah.
My personal favorite, Tinkle Tinkle Little Boy.
Tinkle Tinkle Little Boy. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Prisoners, some of them child molesters, putting out an album in Ohio. John, you're on the Ron and Fez show.
If you're happy and you know it, spread your cheeks.
See, that's wrong. And you know what? They should have known this going into it. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ.
What did they expect to get out of it? You let prisoners do children's music.
Drives you crazy, doesn't it, Fez?
You're going to get songs like 10 Naked Little Indian Boys.
That one I would actually want to hear.
Someone needs to fix these phones so Ron and Fez can do their show. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Why won't Wiki fix the telephones? Why won't Wiki? Why won't Wiki? How can you build a pyramid without the callers calling in? How can you give out a big ass prize to losers like me who have no life? The Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Fez Show 202, channel 202. Every fucking time they get something good going.
All right, we blew the shit out of them this time, too, Fezzy. They're not even bouncing back up.
Yeah, there's not even a trickle back in on the phone lines now.
Earl, is there any possible way ever for this show to do another
Comedy Pyramid, Comedy Pyramid, Comedy Pyramid, Comedy Pyramid?
I think I have to get the March on Washington.
Comedy
together.
Pyramid, Comedy Pyramid.
Come on, Earl. Without a comedy pyramid, how can we...
Comedy Pyramid, Comedy Pyramid.
Hear this.
I know that sound. That's the top of the pyramid.
What's the last thing Wiki said to you, Earl? How close are we now?
Last thing was an email that we got pertaining to it and outlining how the problem's going to be fixed and, you know, what they're looking into.
We
the
went
various
down twice yesterday, right?
Yes.
And now we're down twice today, and it looks like it's not even bouncing back up. And it was actually kind of fun there for a second. We were coming up with fun little song titles, and we were all coming together under one big tent. Jews, Muslims, Christians were all together making fun of pedophiles.
The World Uniter.
Under one pyramid.
So there you go, Fezzy. That's what we got to deal with. That's what we got to deal with. You know what, Earl? I'm about to take you off it. Move across. And Dave, are you ready to be the person that this is assigned to?
Yes, I am. In fact, I did make a phone call yesterday myself to Mr. Wickland.
Well, what fucking good did it do? Because the phones went out twice today.
You're right.
So if you would have kept your big red-hatted mouth shut, you could have been a hero.
Sorry, but I'm ready to go.
No, you already had the opportunity.
Well, I'm just waiting word back, and then I'm ready to...
Oh, I'll give you the word.
Yeah.
They fucking went down twice today.
Yeah.
When you hear that song playing, it means the phones are down.
Yes. Well, that's what it means, but hopefully we won't be hearing that song.
If I hear the fucking word hopefully from you or Earl again, I'm going to tell you something. I'm going batshit insane. I will go batshit insane.
It's out of my vocabulary.
Comedy Pyramid.
I want this in your new vocabulary.
Comedy Pyramid. Comedy Pyramid.
You take that Korean cut of yours and you fucking go down to Washington and you get this thing taken care of.
Will do, Mr. B.
Again, stop with the Mr. B. It's driving me out of my mind. Just know that everything that you're doing is driving me nuts. I was having a happy day. Fez and I were reporting on World War III. We're talking about child molesters. And I'm going to tell you something else. If I look over and see that many papers in front of Fez again, I'm going out of my fucking mind. I want you to stay on top of this.
Alrighty.
I need them in the show.
Yes.
All right, they're kind of working now. Terry, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, Mary had a bearded clam.
You know what? I would have laughed at that a minute ago, and now it's like the vibe is already screwed up.
Well, the phones, they blow up constantly. It takes the fun out of it.
Then let's just stop doing it. Let's just cut it out. Let the phone callers that are back, let everybody go. I'm in a fucking bad mood now.
The All-Star Game, it did better. It's been the best All-Star Game for TV ratings-wise since, in a couple of years anyway.
In 2 years?
Yeah. And so it was the winner Tuesday night. Big Brother came in second right behind that in its hour.
There's more pictures of the president's wife in that big pantsuit. I don't understand it. I don't know what she's going for.
So, and I watched Rockstar last night, Rockstar Supernova on CBS to check out Jill Joya, who had been on our show before.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, I'm going to check this out. I'm going to root for her because she has been by the show. And then immediately, as soon as I turn it on, Jill Joya, you're in the bottom 3.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just thinking, Fez Jinx hits this girl immediately.
Well, she made a bad song choice. She went with a style of music that they don't do.
Yeah, and they were, I guess they're calling her a Courtney Love impersonator.
Well, she was. She did it that time. But you know what she is. She's more like she's Hart. That's where she is. That's her whole gimmick.
I think also with the All-Star game, I think the ratings go up the redder Tim McCarver's hair gets. Have you seen the dye job on this guy lately? I mean, it is the craziest, darkest red color.
Well, it's not easy to go red, is it?
No.
I mean, when you really say red hair, you're saying orange hair.
Yeah, and I don't think he's trying to go red. I think he's trying to go brown, and it gets this crazy Twizzler tint to it.
But why do we ever say red hair when it is always orange hair? Look at Dave's hair. We always say he's got red hair. It's not. It's bright orange. And yet we never use the term orange hair in this world.
No. The closest they come to is carrot top, where it does look like a carrot.
Pete, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey there, boys. How are you today?
Yeah.
I wanted to ask you guys, you and O&A, you guys share a studio, correct?
Yes, we do.
So why is it that I never hear Opie and Anthony's phones blowing up?
Well, two things happen. Number one, we have two different phone lines. That could be a difference. And the other thing is we take a lot more calls than them. First of all, your line's busy, so I'll hang up so you can hear it. But O&A normally have a lot of guests in studio. There's a lot of comics. And basically it's, me and Fez and sometimes Earl and sometimes Dave. So we've always taken more calls than those guys. It's a little bit more of a caller-driven show. And, we give out the phone numbers. People want a call, and that's the fucking direction we go in. Here is Jeff. Jeff, you're on Ron and Fez. Jeff, go ahead, buddy.
Yeah, I just wanted to say maybe every time the phones go out, you should give out Earl's cell phone number.
You know what I'm starting to think about doing? Because today is the first day I started to get a little pissed off. And that's because when we started to get back into it, I saw that Fez wasn't back into it. And you know what I mean? Like, your interest had been lost. And I'm like, if your interest is lost, I'm sure the listeners are, too. And 5 minutes before, it was fun. Maybe this is the new thing. We start and play album sides instead of that fucking song. Obscure album sides. Maybe that's the way to go. See, now I see. Everybody's quiet. Everybody's intimidated because Ron's in a bad mood. But I wasn't 10 minutes ago.
The Minnesota Timberwolves center, Eddie Griffith, he's facing charges of being drunk and masturbating after he crashed his SUV into a parked Suburban outside a store in Minneapolis. That's according to a lawsuit from the guy whose Suburban got hit in this crash. I guess allegedly Eddie Griffin was watching porn inside his SUV and jerking off, and that's what caused the accident.
There's no alleged about it, Fez. He gets in an accident, they go to help him, there's a porn on and his dick's out, and he's holding on to it.
That's why I don't agree with these TV sets inside the SUVs.
Oh, because one guy can't stop himself from jacking off. Nobody else's kids get to watch Shrek.
You have to put it way in the back where the driver can't see it at all. And not set up any mirrors where he can look at it from there, too. Because porn's going to pop in there, and someone's going to jerk off his way into an accident.
But we go back into this thing, Fezzy, where you're ready to punish everybody for one person. Because one guy can't keep his shit together, nobody else now can have this. It always drives me crazy. Here is Rich. Rich, you're on Ron and Fez. How are you?
Hey, guys. I was wondering how you feel about the listeners starting to email people down at XM. It wouldn't even have to be just Don Wicklund. Any email address you could find. just start annoying them as much as we're annoyed by the phones blowing out.
You know,
I'm not doing anything about it.
I seriously don't want to get into that kind of stuff, but I got to take it this way, Earl. They obviously don't care.
Yes, they clearly do not care to the point where, you know, this has been, 7 or 8 months now?
Right. I mean, if we start and do the other stuff, they're not going to care anymore either. You know what I'm saying? It just
we're the bad guys
matter.
if we do that.
Yeah, it just really doesn't matter. But you could, this is a nationwide show now. I've never heard of phones going out on some guy doing a show in fucking Des Moines. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't go down that way.
And it's equally frustrating for me, too, because, you know, the listeners of
It shows that you have no juice. It shows that you are I can't do it guy. That's got to be frustrating. And this has been taken from you and given to the new kid on the block, or Dave, the orange hair, I believe, miracle worker. The orange-haired miracle worker is going to make things happy. Barney, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
That goddamn Paranoid song keeps me up at night now because I hear it all the time. I know that song like I know a Kelly Clarkson song on the radio now.
It really is become probably one of the more played songs on XM, where this thing is really on heavy rotation. It'll play 2-3 times in a 3-hour show.
One of the problems with the phones is, since they started working on them, they've gotten worse than they were when this problem first started. Now when they get slammed and go out, it's longer and longer before they start to trickle back in.
Well, there's probably more phone calls now, too. You know, so instead of building up, we're at the same place we were before. And here's what I hate about it, Earl. We're fucking talking about phones. Instead of the comedy piece we were on, we're talking about phones. It drives me crazy.
It drives me crazy also. It's just it stops the show. It grinds the show to a halt.
Thank you for fucking pointing that out to me. Maybe because you don't care, it doesn't matter.
Of course I care.
I think you don't. If I had to guess right now, I'd say you don't care, Dave doesn't care, and Fez doesn't care. That's where I am.
I care.
I know you don't. I know you don't. Why admit the truth right now and just say you don't care?
I care.
Earl, do you believe him? Because one of you doesn't care. Who is it, you, Earl, or Fez?
Well, I care. And Fez cares.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you for backing me up.
Earl's lying. Earl could care less.
Do you really believe that?
Yes.
There you go, Earl. I knew it.
Or something would have gotten done. There'd be at least some screaming off the air about this on Earl's part.
Maybe we just let everything go dead air. Maybe that's the way. We become the two asshole guys. That's the way you get shit done. You become a fucking idiot. Fucking jerk-off asshole.
I don't think that's the way to go either.
Why not?
Because I think it'll make things worse. They'll be less inclined to try and solve the problem.
They would just leave that air for 3 hours every fucking day?
How could you be less inclined than what you're doing now?
I just don't fucking want to talk about it. It's just a pain in my ass. Mike, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, maybe if Westside gave out blowjobs and ball washes, your phones would get fixed.
We're willing to do it right now. We are willing to do it.
Whatever it takes. Earl, are you willing to make that sacrifice?
What, give out blowjobs? No.
It's Westside.
No.
He said Westside. I don't even get you guys. What else is in the news, Fezzy? What else is happening out there?
Both Fox News and CNN have denied rumors that they're in conversations with Star Jones about hosting a show. So now networks are scrambling to say, no, we are not in the Star Jones business.
People Magazine has also said they're canceling her subscription.
That's rough.
So she's not going to bounce back from this?
No, I don't think so. I don't think we're going to see her again.
No heat on her whatsoever?
No, she got to do something for Home and Garden TV where she was going to be a guest host, but that was already done well before The View blew up on her.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that's going to be the actual last we see of her.
And legally, if you work for Home and Garden, are you allowed to tell people you're on TV? That's like saying, oh, I'm on TV because your dad videotaped the birthday party and he's showing it. that's going to have about as many viewers, if you're watching it at your house, as anything on Home and Garden.
I don't even think you're going to see her as one of the talking very large heads when there's a legal case going on. You know how, like, Marcia Clark, they bring out her big mole during any sort of legal proceedings since she was the OJ prosecutor? Yeah, I don't even think Star Jones will get those quick clips on TV.
Well, she's not known as a lawyer anymore. I mean, when it went up to this job, she was kind of a legal expert. You wouldn't bring her on a show now and say, here's somebody who's a legal expert. It just doesn't happen that way.
No, the most you could do now is drastic weight loss expert. If someone drastically loses weight in the news, you could bring her on to comment about it.
And that's the one thing that she wouldn't talk about. The interesting thing here is if she let everybody see her tubes get tied, her gut get all knotted up, I think she'd still have her job. I think that the people would be behind her and the network be behind her. The problem is she wanted to keep something private. This is how weird our society has gotten. When you say, this is my business, everybody's mad at you.
Yeah, and even though she probably still feels that way, she admits that that's a mistake, that she didn't go on and tell everyone that she got her fat stomach stapled.
Yeah, that is not only not telling them, she should have let the cameras come in and, showed her losing weight and she's sitting on a scale. They would have loved her for that. What you have to do, if you want to make it in television, is lean over, open your cheeks, and show your asshole off to the world. That's where we are. People could care less about Ozzy Osbourne's music. He became a mainstream star by opening up his living room, showing the problems he was having with his kids, fighting with his wife, whatever he happened to be doing, and being stupid.
Katie Couric literally did spread her cheeks for television, where everyone got to see her colonoscopy. And now she's going on to anchor CBS. Tony Kornheiser, he was jokingly predicting that ESPN will fire him from Monday Night Football after the 5th game of the season. Makes you wonder if that started out as a joke, if there might not be a little truth in that. I don't know how this new team's going to work.
First of all, I don't think it's not Monday Night Football anymore. You can call it whatever you want, but it's just an ESPN game. It's not the big mass appeal Monday night game anymore. 2, I don't see them going past a year.
Yeah.
No matter what happens.
Joe Theismann was saying this is really going to keep the Monday Night Football franchise alive because they've got such great games this season that the schedule's going to make up for it.
Ron and Fez Show.
Ron and Fez. XM 202.
Buddies, Ron and Fez Show. We'll give away some prizes now. Are we going to set this up on ronfez.net, Earl, or just have people email us?
You can do both, actually. We have it set up on ronfez.net, and we can do it here as well.
Well, we will pick a name for the interns then, right?
Yes.
All right, our email is ronandfez@AOL.com, ronandfez@AOL.com, but you can also go to ronfez.net, and it's time to name the interns. We've had these interns with us for a couple of weeks now, Fezzy, and have not given them a radio name. So let's bring in intern number 1. Why don't you enter and sign in, please?
I think this is the longest we've gone without naming interns.
Well, today's the big day. Give me a little game show music in the background, something that just gives us a little feeling of fun. How you doing, intern number 1?
I'm doing fine.
Why were you first, by the way? Are you the guy with a little more...
Bronx Johnny told me I was closest to the door.
I see. So I thought maybe you were the kind of stand up and go for it kind of guy. All right, let's learn a little bit about you. Where are you from?
I am from New Jersey.
Jersey boy, huh?
Yeah.
And come from a big family?
I got a brother and a sister.
Brother and a sister.
5 people.
Right now, Fez, I got to tell you, there's no nicknames bumping out of my mind for him.
For me, it's sibling.
See, this is too early.
Oh, don't try to go for it yet.
Don't pull. I think there's more to him than just being a sibling. Your problem is you pull the trigger a little too quick.
I am.
You want to aim.
Shoot for the hip.
Yeah, you want to aim.
I advise that to all the listeners, too. Don't start emailing in suggestions yet.
You want to make sure you learn more about the guy. You're in college now?
Yeah, I'm going to be a senior next year.
What school?
Susquehanna University.
All right. So, and that's in PA, right?
In the middle of nowhere in Pennsylvania.
Yeah. Now, so you just got a summer off, and you want into your communications major?
Yeah, broadcasting.
You play any sports there?
No.
No.
Huh.
Sorry.
How about the fact you are you in any type of music?
Yes.
Yeah.
I play the cello.
All right, cello, that helps.
All right, now I've got the name.
Yeah.
Maury Amsterdam.
Why is that?
He played the cello.
No idea. I had no idea. If I had to pick a name right now, I'd go with Blandy. Blandy would be my name. Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Hopefully working in radio.
All right, hopefully working in radio. So far, the only thing that jumps out, Fez, is cello.
Yeah.
What about this? Because it rhymes, jello. I mean, that's what they would basically do over in England.
Jello.
Yeah.
All right. I don't see a happy look in his eye over being called Jello.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you hate blacks?
No.
I would have had a great name for you then. Whitey. All right, any odd hobbies you do besides the cello? By the way, I do want you to bring the cello in one day. I would love... No one has played cello on the radio live since 1917. So this would be a first.
Okay, I'll do that for you.
Are you any good at it, or you just like to tell chicks you play the cello?
No, I'm okay.
All right, do you have a steady chick?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yep.
How long?
8 months now.
You think this is the girl for you?
Potentially.
Yeah, that's a mistake. That's a huge mistake, without even meeting her.
Too young to wed. No, that's not a good.
No.
Babies having babies.
No, forget that.
What is it that you want to do in radio? You say you want to be in radio. What exactly do you want to do?
Do you know yet what you want to do? Because I haven't figured out for me.
Still thinking.
I just want to keep them paychecks coming.
Production.
Production.
Working with the old computers.
Oh.
Chopping up audio, that fun stuff. I like what Steve does. Steve's a good man.
What do you say we call him Edit? How about this? You like this name? Little Steve.
Hey, okay.
Little Steve.
That's cool.
Would you do this? Would you get the same tats as him and dress like him every day?
If it got me the job.
The teeny martini.
Yeah.
Little Steve.
Hold on, Chris. Chris, you're on Ron and Fez. Chris.
Yo.
Yeah, what do you got for us?
Name for the new intern, Yo-Yo Joe.
Yo-Yo, based on the Yo-Yo Mouse. Remember, to actually win this, you got to go to ronfez.net and sign up there, or email us at ronandfez@AOL.com, or mail us a reasonable facsimile. All right, so, Fezzy, all we really got out of him is he idolizes Steve, and he's a cello fellow.
Cello fellow?
No, I don't think so.
And he goes to school at the Susquehanna Hat Company.
Susquehanna, right?
Yeah.
Susquehanna?
Yeah.
What about this? We call you Mellow Cello. We call you Mellow Cello.
That's right, Slick.
A lot of people call me Yellow Cello at school.
Is that...
Because my cello case is yellow.
Wow, this has got to be the weirdest school ever. All right, so Yellow Cello is a possibility. Now, are you just mad about Saffron?
Why would I be mad about that?
Well, because Saffron's mad about you. And then we can call you Yellow Cello. Other than the cello, Fez, I'm not picking up a whole lot here.
Yeah, we're not getting any more hobbies. What TV shows are you into?
Have you ever been raped?
Ooh.
Holy shit, no.
Holy shit, no.
No. I have been assaulted, though.
Yeah. Really? Beat up?
Yeah.
Blacks?
No. Very, very much so white people.
Almost too white?
Yeah.
How come?
It was literally, I was walking home from school with one of my friends, and they drove by in a car.
Wait a minute, you got beat up in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania?
No. This was when I was in junior school.
You'd be the biggest pussy ever. No. I'd just call you cunty.
No, it was when I was a little kid.
Drive-by celloing?
Yeah, pretty much. I'm an EMT.
EMT, yeah.
I love that.
So this is good news for Fez. If Fez goes down
I'm
with
right
another
here.
heart attack, what would you do if suddenly he grabs his chest and hits the floor?
I'd have to assess the situation.
Well, the situation is he's having a heart attack.
Oh. Yeah.
What would you do, 911?
Oh,
Still
First thing you do.
Yeah, then I'm an EMT, if that's it.
Nah, there's a lot more than that.
All right, Pinchy might have a name for you. Pinchy, what do you got for him?
Hey, I got one in an alternative. It might be a little wordy, but I got Dully Dollarson from Dullsville. Or if you want to shorten that, just Dully McBoring.
You know what I might do, Pinchy? I might give him your name. I might start to call him Pinchy because you're such a wise ass. Here's Rick. Rick, you're on Ron and Fez. Rick, go ahead, buddy.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
Yeah.
What's up, Fez?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cello Teeny.
See, I don't know about that. Tommy B, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, what's up?
Yeah.
Well, the way he's speaking, you could call him either snoozy, yawny, or faggot.
What instrument did Yanni play? Cello?
I thought Yanni was like a piano
Keyboard,
player.
yeah. Awful synthesizers.
What about this? Would you be against the name Bronx Cello? As a way of saying you
not
play the
very
cello
original.
and you love Bronx Johnny. How big is the cello?
I don't know. I guess with the it comes up to the top of my head, I guess.
Oh, so it would be tough for you to even bring one in, huh?
It'd be a real pain in the ass.
Yeah. Well, it's no problem for me, though. That's the beauty of it.
Hey,
like
I'll do it
Dickie
for the
Smothers
show.
played.
Dickie Smothers played the bass.
Oh, okay. I thought that's what he was talking about when he said it was that big.
Well,
that it goes up to the top of his
what
head.
What did cello look like?
It's like a big-ass violin.
So does it look like the bass? Like the big...
It's smaller than a bass, yeah.
Show us with your hands how big it is. And I don't mean the cello.
What's the sound of a cello? I don't even know.
It's a very good sounding instrument.
Good sound.
The violin squeaks too much, and the bass is too muddy for me.
So you'd say it's beautiful?
Yes.
Well, isn't Yo-Yo Ma? Isn't he the world-renowned celloist?
Yes, he is.
Thank you.
And isn't it cellist? You don't throw the O in?
It's not cellist.
So you play it with a bow?
Yes.
Yeah, the bass you're actually... Boom, 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 boom. Here's Jay. Jay, you're on Ron and Fez.
Bodies.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Blackie Huge Hands. He's got no personality of his own. We might as well give him one.
All right. Not a bad idea. Here's Bagger. Bagger, you're on Ron and Fez.
BAC 3209.
Hey, buddy, what's happening?
Yeah, let's call this guy Monticello because he sounds like fucking Earl and I'm ready to kill myself.
All right, say you don't want to fall into that Earl Monticello sound that he has. Anything else that you could give us besides the cello?
No, not really.
All right, so right now, Fezzy, all we really got to go on is Susquehanna,
right?
The cello, brother and sister. How many women have you slept with in your life?
5.
5. More. So you're already beating Eastside Dave with his somewhere in the 2 or 3 area.
I would call you Johnny 5, but that means you can't sleep with anyone else. So you're just kind of limited there.
Or we just update him. We just say, here comes Johnny 6. But, you know, he says this other girl he might even marry.
I never know.
Nothing else you have for us.
You just go home and grab that cello. You don't do anything else in your damn life.
What's your favorite food?
Hamburgers. It's pretty original.
Wimpy. We hit him with Wimpy. Wimpy cello.
And we bring you in next Tuesday.
Hey, Jim. Jim, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, buddies.
Yeah.
Happy Extreme Earl Week.
It is coming soon.
Yeah. This is, I think this kid is Susquehanna Kid.
Susquehanna Kid. Not bad. Isn't there a Susquehanna Flats? We could call you that. Flats and Scruggs? Nothing. He's so... You know, he's so normal. He's a normal guy.
I didn't realize this one was going to be such a challenge, especially for the listeners. They got to email their names for the new intern to ronandfez@AOL.com or go on ronfez.net.
I don't know where to go with this.
Sorry, guys.
What about this? Side Pocket. Hey, here comes Side Pocket. Everybody would love that guy.
I like that. Pork chop? Hey,
Where'd
pork
that
chop.
come from?
I don't know.
You know how you're always eating pork chops?
How
about 8-Ball? You got Coke. Hey, where's 8-Ball?
That's me.
Don't talk to me. Talk to 8-Ball. Everybody was going to know when 8-Ball's in town.
Do you do drugs, intern number 1?
Have you ever done drugs?
Yes.
What drugs?
Marijuana.
Just pot?
Yeah.
You want to go with Cheech? Hey, Cheech, got any more weed?
Mary Jane?
That's kind of a negative connotation, though.
Why? Because he's Mexican?
No, well, no, because it's all drug related.
Oh, so you don't like the drugs that you've done? You wish you
No,
didn't.
I don't have a problem with them at all.
Helps you play the cello, man.
Yes.
What about Cochise? That's an old 70s pot name.
I never even heard it.
Yes.
I think if you close your eyes, this intern sounds a lot like a former intern of ours, Cigar Sid. I think he sounds just like him.
You know what? There is some truth to that, and he looks like a thinner, better-looking Cigar Sid.
Thinner, better-looking Sid.
How about Cello Sid? Does that bother you?
I gotta lean in that direction at this point. There's really not a lot to play off of here.
Either that or you're stuck with Dupree, since that's the big movie coming out this week. Dupree's not a bad one.
Kathleen from the Bronx would be furious we give away her nickname.
I found out for a fact she wants to give it away.
What?
She's not crazy about it.
You go to all the trouble getting your friends to call you Dupree, then you want to hand it off.
And then I go like this, Fez, who's going out for lunch? And he goes, you, me, and Dupree. You're finding yourself down at Bobby Flay's joint, living large.
That place is good.
Yeah, it is. You'd be sitting in what I now call the Eastside Dave seat. All right, Cello, we got to get rid of you here. I don't know what to do with you. You'll check ronfez.net to see if anyone cares. If not, email us at ronandfez@aol.com. We'll have prizes for this. You'll go into the big-ass prize closet. Best of luck to you.
Thanks, buddies.
All right, Dupree. Talk to you later.
All right, everyone, that was intern number 1, in case you are sending your emails or posting.
One more thing. Do you play skee-ball? Shit, we could have called him skee-ball.
That's a great name.
Who wouldn't like, hey, Fezzy, you hear what skee-ball did? That's out of his fucking mind.
Wait till I get my hands on that skee-ball.
Oh, skee-ball. Will you ever learn? What are you leaning towards now, Fez?
Cello Sid was actually my favorite one there.
Too long. We're not going to call anyone Cello Sid. It may be the most descriptive, but it's got to be tight.
Boy, it's hard to decide. In Susquehanna, I'm never going to be able to say that on a daily basis.
You'll come up with it. All right, here comes intern number 2. Say hi to everybody.
Buttez, what's going on?
I like his attitude right off the bat. He's a little more exciting than skee-ball was. Tell us about yourself a little bit. Number 2, where you from? What do you do? Where you go to school?
I'm from beautiful Orange County, New York, upstate.
Okay.
Gotta love it. I go to Roanoke College.
Wait a minute. Right away, I want to call you OC, because you're from Orange County.
It's been done before, so
shit.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No problems. All right, so where do you go? Already I see you're a nervous Nelly, though.
I am.
Right now I'm leaning towards Nelly.
Nelly, would you tell Skee-Ball to get in here?
Here's the thing I like about Nelly already. You look like you fucking, like everything can go wrong, right? You worry a lot?
A little bit, especially now, because I've been a big fan of Listen Forever, so this is like my shot.
You don't want to fuck up.
No.
Yeah.
You don't want to pull what's known in the business as an intern 1.
No. I saw it happen.
Skee-Ball, the fucking guy's great. Who did you see it go bad for?
Him.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking nice.
Maybe we could call him Hindenburg.
No! You might find yourself in the big-ass prize closet. You know what I'm going to call this guy? Joker. I got a fucking private Joker in here. All right, so Roanoke is down in VA?
Yeah, Roanoke's in the southwestern part of Virginia, about an hour, maybe hour and a half north of North Carolina.
Does anyone go to NYU? Anywhere near the studio?
Well, where do you live, though? Do you live upstate?
Yeah, I've lived there.
So this is a long haul for you every day?
It's an hour bus ride.
Wow, Jesus. What about this? Busboy. We just call him Busboy.
It's possible.
Bus driver.
I like the kids so far. You got a girlfriend?
I'm seeing someone. Can't make it official yet.
Why is that? Is it a guy?
No, that'd be officially bad.
Why can't you make it official? She with somebody else?
No, I like keeping it where it is now, because it's going well now, and if we add a title, it'll just make it complicated.
Right. Sex going on now, though?
She wants to, but I don't want to get her attached like that.
No,
physically.
I would get her. I was going to go with for the whole joke instead of that, but get her attached to your dick. That's where you want to get her attached. So she's saying let's have sex, and you're saying no.
She's saying let's have sex and let's have that build into a relationship, and I'm saying that where we're keeping it right now, like just hooking up, doing like everything else but sex, no strings attached. That's where I want to be.
So it's a lot of orals going on, but your thing is if you put it in, then it's serious.
If I put it in, then there's other commitment along with that, not just dicks going in. Basically.
You know what? I call this kid forward thinker. He's a forward thinker, Fez.
And you know this because she's told you flat out.
Yeah, we had the conversation at 2 this morning, actually.
Really?
Yeah.
After you already got your nut off?
Yeah, I left.
See, that's when I'm not ready to talk about the future.
No, not at all. I was trying to do one of those, BRB online and then just get out of there. But she's persistent. She was just sending messages like it was nothing.
Yeah. Why don't you give her a ring? What I would do is give her a ring. Let her know this is a long-term, serious thing, no matter how you care.
I thought about that, but my conscience kind of got the better of me.
Why don't you do my old thing, too, was after they get knocked up, keep calling them fat and disgusting. I go, maybe if you weren't so fat and disgusting, this would work out. But look at you. Of course I'm going to fuck around a little bit. I like this kid so far, Fezzy.
He seems to have a good attitude coming in here.
Yeah.
We got to learn a little bit more about him, I guess. Any string instruments for you?
No, I am not musically inclined, sadly. But if I may, at Roanoke College, I'm part of the amazing ranked tennis team we have down there.
Wow.
So, that's kind of big stuff.
Interesting. Why don't we
I'm sorry.
Maybe the perfect name for him would be Billie Jean, for Billie Jean King.
Like that? Kornikova. Kornikova, get in here.
On top of that, if I'm undefeated on it, so who knew, right? Who knew?
You think that maybe you'll turn pro one day?
No, this is going to be the pinnacle of my tennis career.
This will be big, is it?
But I mean, if I go out with a win, so few college athletes get to ever end on a win.
It's really true. You mean, did you go undefeated?
Yeah.
I only knew that one wrestler. They said he was... from
Iowa.
Yeah, from Iowa.
Roland?
He went completely undefeated during his college years.
I mean, he's about 170-0. I'm currently 2-0. But I mean, still,
this kid's amazing. Yeah, kid is amazing. 2-0 tennis player. Doesn't want a long-term relationship. From upstate New York, but living in VA. Is this a bad name, Fezzy, for him? KOP?
KOP. I think that's going to carry a lot of negativity with it.
Bobo?
Bobo. That may be the way to go.
What about this? East side?
Be more like the upstate side or north side.
North side.
I don't care for a north side.
And
upstate.
Dave already has that, really.
Is Dave permanent? That's what I'm going to ask you right now, Billie Jean. Is Dave permanent?
If I could outlast
you would have a great theme song.
Got any prejudice? Anything you're racist against? Everybody is prejudiced.
None that I can think of right now.
Come on, everybody has prejudice. I know, Fez, you get a little nervous around older people. Dave, I know, is a little prejudiced against sickly people. I hate blacks. It goes on and on like that. It could happen at any time. These are all normal things.
I'm not great around any kind of extreme age, like little children or older.
Infants and people ready to die.
Yeah, anytime they're close to like that start or end point in life, I really got to get out of there.
Yeah, it makes you scared? Because the door's wide open between the abyss, whether they're coming in from the abyss or going back into it. It's a scary time.
Yeah, not my type of scene.
So
why don't we call you Preemie?
Ooh.
Because we'll always make you hold premature babies.
There was a story yesterday. A woman had twins 2 months apart.
What was she doing for 60 days?
62.
Push!
One comes out all preemie, and the other one stays in there for another 2 months to incubate.
Wonder why the one popped out like that.
I have no idea.
Why they let it?
Yeah. Like too close to the exit, and just slipped out or something. I don't know why the first one went and the other one wasn't born too.
Was there an article to this thing, Fez, or you just read the headline?
It was one of those things where it was on TV and the sound was down, so all you can read is the captions going by.
I'm sure it never happened. What about we call them Thumpkins?
Thumpkins? Where is Thumpkin? And you come in here and you're, here I am.
Your song is What is Thumpkins? I guess they sang this down south. I had never heard it before. Did you ever hear it before, BJ?
I've never heard it.
Yeah. And he goes to college, Fez.
Well, I don't think they teach all the classics there.
Eric, you're on Ron and Fez. Eric, go ahead, pal.
Yeah, they need to call intern number 2 liar.
Why?
Roanoke tennis team sucks. I am from Smith Mountain Lake area, and they suck. I've never heard of them. I've never seen anything in the paper about them. They suck.
Defend yourself, brother, because if you're lying to us...
I am not lying. Last year we were ranked 16th in the region, the highest ranking we've had. This year...
What region are we talking about?
The Atlantic South. The Atlantic South, that's a lot of states.
You in the Roanoke Times.
Bro,
True.
if somebody, wait a minute, if somebody said, I'm on a great football team, we're ranked 16th in the Atlantic South, people wouldn't be going ape shit for them.
But it's the best we've ever done, and at our division you don't rank... You
nationally?
rank regionally. You have nationally, but really...
Where would you guess your school ranks nationally? This tennis powerhouse.
I'd rather just say we're ranked regionally and leave it at that.
Well, if you had to make a guess.
We're in the top 100.
So, if you're in the top, like you're saying...
But there are a lot.
Our football team's ranked 99. There's not a lot of people dancing and getting bowl game tickets.
I danced. It was a big deal.
And you want to stand on a platform next to Roland Gardner, the undefeated wrestler.
We both have the same winning percentage.
He is right about that. Percentage-wise, you can't fight with the kid.
Do you want your name to be 2-0?
How about
No,
2-0? Why don't you just go by 2-0, or else I'll call you Bullet.
Well, I don't know about 2-0 because I would hope to get to maybe one day 5-0. You know, if things go well.
All right, so we got kind of tennis and cello. That's the two different guys.
Those are two things that really play off. That's the thing that sticks out most with these two interns.
Let me ask you this, though, and it's a smart thing to do. Have you ever wanted a nickname?
I've ever wanted one.
Yeah, do you ever want a radio name? Have you ever given it any thought?
Not terribly, not serious thought.
Not serious thought.
No.
I'll give both you guys the opportunity tomorrow to come back with your own radio name, or else, and even if we pick one, we'll still give them the decision of letting us judge whether the name they got for it is better.
Okay, so you do have one chance here to impress us with a nickname for yourself.
I would come back with Ski Ball, but that's me. That's the name I always wanted for myself.
Will they do it? Will they? They both want Ski Ball now.
Earl, if you had a nickname for the kid right now, what would you come up with?
Kind of looks like Pete Sampras. I'll call him Sampras.
I'm not saying the Pete Sampras thing. You got it in your head as soon as he said tennis.
And Sampras wasn't undefeated.
Yeah, it's true.
It's one of the greatest players of all time.
Maybe Marciano. He was undefeated. I also don't think anybody ever beat him at tennis.
No, never. They wouldn't dare.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah, buddy.
You got two of them, don't you?
Yeah.
They both suck. How about Slurp and Burp?
Thank you very much. I'm not going to do that to you guys. I want you to have good ones. I really do. I want you to be able to pull this thing off.
Because then you'll be fighting over Slurp.
Are you old enough to drink?
No.
Because we got a party a week from when? Yesterday?
Week from yesterday. It's going to be next Wednesday at the Blue Room. That's Wednesday, July 19th, 2nd Avenue at 60th Street in Manhattan.
Oh, I thought I saw you raising your hand. I believe Tom Waits plays there on Tuesday nights. We'll be going in on a Wednesday. A piano has been drinking. I swear to God, where do you see this place, Fez? You're going to feel like you're in a Tom Waits song.
I'm really excited about this party. I'm looking forward to hanging out with everybody.
Why are you excited?
I don't know. I'm just excited. I don't go out much.
You don't go for the hip angle at all. That doesn't happen for you, does it? We couldn't sound more pathetic. It's an atomic wing joint, and but we don't get to go out much.
Someone needs to fix these phones so Ron and Fez can do their show. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Every fucking time they get something good going, the motherfucking telephones keep on blowing up. Why won't Wiki fix the telephones? Why won't Wiki? Why won't Wiki? How can you build a pyramid without the callers calling in? How can you give out a big ass prize to losers like me who have no life? The Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio. Ron and Fez Show on XM Radio.
It's driving me crazy, Earl. It's driving me out of my mind. I look over here, and the new intern, they went and looked this up for you. This is your school, Roanoke. Fezzy, the team? The Maroons.
The Maroons.
Yeah.
So you couldn't come up with a noun after the color? It's just the Maroons.
Well, remember what cartoon used to act like that was moron? Yeah, maroon. All right, here's some of the. They're 11-3, and 6-1 in your division, right?
In the conference, that's correct.
All right, here's some of the big schools they play, Fez. Randolph-Macomb, Christopher Newport, Lynchburg, Hampton-Sydney, Methodist, Eastern Mennonite, Bridgewater. Have you heard of one of these fucking schools?
I haven't heard of any of these schools or the people they're named after.
You can't be bragging about this record when you're playing against people we've never heard of.
It wouldn't be my fault that you haven't heard of them.
Yeah, I mean, it's nothing to brag about. It's like being on a really good bar league softball team and acting like you're great. All right, here comes Bronx Johnny. Bronx Johnny, you've had a chance to see the new interns. What do you think of them compared to your class?
I like the kids that got to toughen up a little bit.
Yeah.
But they're all right, I guess.
Which one do you think is tougher, intern number 1 or intern number 2?
I'm saying Matt here is an athlete, but I got to give it to Rob, man.
Rob, and that's intern number 1?
Yes, sir.
All right, so you learn their names. Smart. That's a good way to communicate with them.
I had no idea who he was talking about.
If you had to nickname them right now, what would you give out, Johnny?
Well, Rob, I guess white guy number 1, and then Matt would be white guy number 2. I have nothing really.
No, seriously, right now, from a creative point of view, you couldn't have done any better. Because that explains them so well. Number 1, number 2, and then you throw in white guy. What are you dressed up today? You on your way to Cincinnati?
Nah, man. My friend, he had a son yesterday, so like he said, wear your colors to the hospital today.
What are your colors? I mean,
black and orange.
Yeah, but you're wearing your Bengals outfit. Is there any reason for that?
Yeah, his favorite player is Peter Warwick. He used to smoke with him down in Florida.
Oh, that's wonderful.
So they cool like that.
Sure, it's unbelievable.
Yeah.
So you got to dress that way. So when you go to the school.
Nah, the hospital.
The hospital.
The baby's really going to appreciate you coming in Bengals gear.
Yeah.
Yeah, shine the colors. Remember that guy I got high with? Wear his uniform. All right, so you're excited about this. You said Coach would be excited.
He would be very excited that we're getting national publicity right now.
Yeah, sure. The Roanoke Maroons. He a decent coach?
Oh, he's phenomenal.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, why is he there? Why hasn't he moved up a little bit?
It's because he doesn't have to do anything. It's the greatest job. I mean, you said bar league softball. If you got paid enough to live in a house and support your family and all you had to do was show up at bar league softball games, I mean, why not?
I'd want a little more out of life. Hey, John, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, boys?
Hey, buddy.
Hey, you guys are missing the obvious on this guy's nickname.
Yeah.
He won't have sex with his girlfriend. Keep calling him BJ.
What do you think of BJ? It sounds too much like you give him. Have you ever had sex with a woman?
Yes.
How many times?
I didn't keep count. It doesn't like it.
No, how many women?
Oh, 1.
Yeah. So this is, you. Instead of going for number 2, you're saying no. Let's just keep it.
I'd rather do it with a girl that I had more feelings for.
Really? What's that like, having feelings for a woman? Never had the opportunity. The only feeling I've ever had for a woman was anger. And that was even during sex.
What about disdain?
Oh, sure, yeah. No, you mention it. I guess there's all kinds of feelings I have for women.
Do you want us to call you Feelings?
No, I don't think that's a winner right there.
What about Felix?
A playoff of feelings, but still.
Right now, I like Maroon, the tennis guy. All right, so the listener's got a tough job. I mean, Bronx Johnny, as an easy name, it's Johnny from the Bronx. It's right there.
This is going to be because we did not get a lot to go on from intern number 1 or intern number 2.
Well, intern number 1, cello, Fuzzy. I mean, how many guys you know ever played the cello? I never knew one.
Nope. All I knew was Buddy Sorrell on the Dick Van Dyke Show.
We will take a break. Good job, guys. Keep an eye on ronfez.net, see how your names are going along. We'll read some of them out tomorrow. And also, I want you guys to be ready to pick your own nicknames. Just in case. I'd go with Skee Ball. Everybody's going to like that guy. We'll be right back, Ron and Fez.
Ron Bennington, Fez Wadley, The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.
Summer, to break the code, you'll have to be retarded. The Retard Da Vinci Code.
I know something
the retard Da Vinci Code. For centuries, a secret has been passed down from retard to retard.
And then Mary Magdalene kissed Jesus, and that made her have a baby Jesus.
Ooh, I'm telling.
No, don't. It's a secret.
A code so mysterious, it's retarded. The retard Da Vinci Code.
I'm Robert Langdon, and I need your help to find the Holy Grail.
You have to look for the code in these pictures.
You see a code?
Oh, yeah, look. If you connect all the dots, it's a pony.
What a retard.
The retard Da Vinci Code. It's a race through history itself.
Run! Run! There's a scary snowman chasing us.
That's no snowman. That's an albino. You retard.
Explore the secret world of retards that practice self-mutilation.
I'm bad. I'm bad. So from now on, I'm just going to walk on my tiptoes all the time.
So that's why they do that.
A secret group known as the Dopest Day.
How can you stand to punish yourself like that?
Oh, I always wear my pants this high.
Crazy, fanatical retard.
The retard Da Vinci Code. This summer, seek the truth, no matter how retarded it is.
Uh-oh! I just painted my last supper.
Let me guess. That's the code for you just shit yourself.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, those retards are back, aren't they? It's the Ron and Fez show. 866-RON-0-FEZ. 866-RON-0-FEZ. Dave just brought us in this list. Where's this from, Dave?
That's from Maxim Magazine. Maxim Magazine.
Maxim Magazines, they've listed they have, for some reason, the top 12 worst comedians all time. See if you agree with this. Here we are, number 12, Fez. Carlos Mencia.
Carlos Mencia, I don't know a lot about, but I've seen him, some of them. Yeah, I'd put him on that list. The humor, I think it's already been done.
Why don't you tell that to his good friends O&A when he does their show next time?
Oh.
You didn't know that he goes in and does their show? Very funny. What do you think, Dave?
There's
top 12 all time. That's a fucking huge list. I think it's because the guy just has a show on right now that's annoying you. 12 all time. Here's number 11, Christopher Titus. Christopher Titus, number 11.
That I've only seen that sitcom that didn't last for very long.
Yeah, it was based on his act, though.
I didn't even know he was a stand-up, so he can't be that good. I say put him on the list.
Number 11, he's on the list. You and Fez, very tough on comics. Number 10, the great Judy Tenuta.
What a horribly annoying woman, being carried in by men, the whole princess vibe. No, she deserves to be in the top 5.
She came down to do the Ron and Ron show one time and just had panic in her face. Just a weird amount of, I don't know whether she thought we were going to turn on her. She seemed like she's been raped sometime in the past.
Wanted to take off with her accordion.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of her I just don't even understand. I get the bit where the gimmick where she's coming from.
Here's number 9, Kathy Griffin. Kathy Griffin. She's the D-list celebrity.
She's a despicable person. She's anti-gay now because...
she's not anti-gay.
Just saw something in the Post where...
Go find it for me.
I will.
Because this is a lie.
Instantly?
Her entire audience is gay. Why would she be anti-gay?
I mean, she's unfunny, but I don't know if she belongs in the top 12 here from Maxim Magazine.
There is no way that she should be ranked as low as 9. If you are okay with those other comics being on this list, there's no way that she should be ranked that low. I would definitely put her higher. I'm waiting for him to come back in with this Kathy Griffin anti-gay thing, which doesn't make sense to me, because I do believe that's her audience.
Yeah, that's she has a huge gay fan base, so... for her to just all of a sudden yell out, I'm anti-gay, would just be cutting into the income hugely.
Let's take a look at this.
All right, here comes Eastside Dave back in the studio.
Is this a page 6 thing?
No, that's its own separate story. That was in the entertainment section.
Okay, let's see. Chelsea Gay Club splashed, throwing a hissy fit over comic Kathy Griffin. The spokesman for the club said... often talks about her gay friends, and her stand-up act has turned down an offer to perform there in September. We offered her $5,000, but she wanted $30,000 plus a $10,000 rider. On her show, she's always like, my gays, I love the gays, but an opposite in real life. No, she has a price. It doesn't mean she's anti-gay.
40 G's for Kathy Griffin? If she's such a big fan of the gay community, come down a little bit on that.
Where does that come from? If you go out and do an act, let's suppose you go, Penn State wants to book you, and you go, all right, I'd like to book for $10,000. They go $2,000. It doesn't mean that you're anti-Nittany Lion. You want $10,000.
But this sounds like a benefit show. I mean, I'm not going to...
a benefit show.
It's a club.
It's a fucking club that's charging at the door. All right, let's go to 8. Gallagher and Gallagher 2 on the list.
That's odd that they would tie at 8. Yeah, I'm going to say put them on the list. Smashing the watermelon.
I put Gallagher 2 on the list, but not Gallagher 1. I loved him.
Here's the weird thing.
Big wheel.
I hate Gallagher. Yeah. Love Gallagher 2. Number 7 on the list, Paula Poundstone.
Paula Poundstone has never made me smile during any of her acts. Yeah, she should actually probably be higher on this list.
One time on the in Florida, we're doing a Ron and Ron gig. Paula Poundstone there. Completely freaked out by the mullet-headed fucking redneck listeners that were just going insane. I look over, I see her mustache quivering. As I'm announcing her, she turns around and starts to head the other way. Our producer is trying to grab her, no, wait, you're on. She's pulling away from him. I could just see sweat pouring off her, and I just see her, and I go, there she goes, ladies and gentlemen. There goes the next act, Paula Poundstone, as she's running to get out of this place.
I hate women who wear ties, so Paula Poundstone.
What about the Annie Hall look?
No, Diane Keaton.
Number, no, you hate her or no, you like her?
No, I didn't like her vibe. I didn't like her look in that movie.
Sandra Bernhard, number 6.
No, I wouldn't put Sandra Bernhard on there. I'm a fan.
I would put her on here. Big mouth, not a lot of good movie roles, just sucky in general.
Number 5, Louie Anderson.
I don't think Louie Anderson needs to be in the top 5 or even the top dozen of the worst comedians ever.
Allegedly, he tried to molest a friend of mine, so I say put him on the list.
And he ruined the greatest game show of all time, Family Feud.
Ruined or made it better?
Ruined. By the time it was the Louie Anderson era, there was bullseyes and computers and all this bullshit.
And you think he was behind that?
It was his fault. I'm sure he was the master villain behind it.
Number 4, Yakov Smirnoff.
Put Yakov on there. What a country.
I thought he was hysterical. He's probably in my top 10.
He worked my club one time. Packed it.
Really?
Packed it, yeah.
He does huge in Branson, Missouri, too.
Why wouldn't he?
What's amazing is how he was so popular during the height of the Cold War, the 1980s.
Well, he was doing a lot of
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Russian jokes. It was always, in my country. Okay. It's worse. In my country, it's worse.
You don't look for party. Party looks for you.
Ha, ha, ha. You don't drink. Here, people drink champagne. In my country, they rape your daughters. I'm like, that's the punchline. Number 2, oh no, it's Margaret Cho. Number 2.
Margaret Cho.
By the way, is this worst comics all time?
Yeah.
Most of these people's careers are only in the last 18 years. It seems like fucking Slappy White managed to get away with something.
I have never laughed at Margaret Cho. So, yeah, I can see her being on that list.
What about when she says, her mom says, hey, Margaret, you crazy, get in here.
No, didn't make me laugh.
She's a fat little pork chop.
Fez, I noticed you hate all the women comics.
Yeah.
Number 1, Sinbad.
Sinbad? I've watched Sinbad specials and not even cracked a smile. Sinbad deserves to be on this list.
Dave?
I don't like black people with blonde hair. His hair dyeing always upset me. So no Sinbad.
I gotta tell you the truth. One time I go into this club and I was gonna do a guest set. And the owner comes over to me and goes, hey, I know I said I would get you up, but Sinbad just walked in the room. And I'm going to put him up next. And I'm like, fuck you, man. Put me up. And he's like, no, we got Sinbad. I go, put me up on the stage. He goes, no, Sinbad's here. I got to put him up. He's a name. Sinbad goes on the stage and kicks the fuck out of this club for an hour. I never saw a comic kill like this. People were screaming, diving over fucking tables, laying on the ground, faking like they were swimming. And I was just sitting there going, I can't fucking believe this is what I'm watching. The guy absolutely, I've never seen a comic murdered like this before. Killed people. And it was an all-white audience. And they fucking died.
Sinbad was so big at one point and then has just disappeared. I mean, he was doing his pay-per-view specials and stuff like that, his spring breaks.
He disappeared with his money.
Oh, he quit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering, whatever happened to Sinbad? Because, I mean, he was doing movies with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and then, boom, it's like you just never heard from him again.
He was just always annoying with the vests and the just all the time, the vests and the big pants. No, he deserves to be on the list. Good for you, Maxim.
The all-time worst?
No, not number one.
I'm telling you the truth. I've been to a lot of fucking stand-up shows. I never saw a comic kill like that. Absolutely fucking murdered. And at one point, the fucking owner comes running over to me going, what did I tell you? He's amazing!
I think number one should be the guy with the scarves who would juggle the scarves. Bob Nelson.
That's a magician.
Bob Nelson was a magician?
Oh, yeah. All right. Bob Nelson. I forgot about him. Just shoulder pads. He kept doing that fucking shoulder pads joke for like 18 years. Here's Malcolm. Malcolm, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Dave, you say you don't like Sinbad because he has black, he has red hair. I think you're thinking of Dennis Rodman.
Well, they both have not their
Sinbad hair. Would do all kinds of different hair stuff. Here's Steve. Steve, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, I think Jerry Lewis was probably my all-time worst, and part of it just because the French like him.
Jerry Lewis may be one of the finest people that's ever fucking ripped the fucking room off. The old Martin and Lewis fucking act is maybe about the highest that comedy can get. Bobby, you're on Ron and Fez.
How the hell is Colin Quinn not on that list?
I guess Fez hates him because he's one of the O&A friends, too. Fez always wants all the O&A pals on this list. Here's Eric. Eric, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, how did Pauly Shore not make that list? You got to be kidding.
The Weasel?
Was he a stand-up?
He's the Weasel. Yeah, he had a huge album, huge tour. Graham, you're on Ron and Fez.
How you doing, boys?
Yeah.
Two things. One, with Kathy Griffin's pending divorce, her husband quit his job to work for her and go on tour with her. So she's probably trying to keep her numbers down so she's not showing that much income.
She claims, she told Larry King the other night that he stole money from her.
Yeah, he stole her ATM card every couple nights.
Every couple nights, she says altogether $72,000. Now, I'm telling you right now, you fuck Kathy Griffith. $72,000? She owes him money. She owes him bread for what he's done for her. And plus, isn't it both your money?
You would think so. And she would have to. She should have gotten suspicious when he's constantly looking for gum or whatever it is in her purse, and he's grabbing the ATM card instead.
You were married to each other, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you steal money? You're a partnership.
Not really. If you have separate bank accounts, she had her own bank account, the husband had his own.
And he's got nothing. He fucking has nothing. Because if he had anything, he wouldn't have married her. This fucking guy, I want you to remember something. He got down on his knees and licked that fucking brutal clam. And he doesn't deserve $72,000 for that? First of all, they ought to pin a medal on him and have goddamn, he's the bravest man in America. He has basically done the modern version of slaying a dragon.
He's an amazing man.
Dave, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, yeah. Hey, I want to talk about Emo Phillips, the retard, the mouth cracking, bowl haircut, long.
I got a weird Emo Phillips thing, right? We had some kind of game on, right? We were doing there was some kind of football thing or whatever. So the old Dallas Cowboy was with us, the running back Fez. Tony
Dorsett.
Tony Dorsett. He's leaving in our studio, and Emo's walking in. And as the door's shutting, we heard Tony Dorsett say to his friend, "That's the ugliest woman I ever seen in my life." Being a total fucking shoot. Emo Phillips hears him. Starts fucking going crazy. Spins around. "Motherfucker! You piece of shit!" Tony Dorsett's backing the fuck up, not wanting any part of Emo Phillips. It was like watching a chihuahua chase a pit bull. Tony Dorsett's like, "Hey, I'm sorry, bro. I didn't know you heard me." "What gives you the right, Mr. Dorsett, to stand there and call any human being an ugly woman?" This isn't even on the air. It's not a fucking show. Emo Phillips is ready to fuck up Tony Dorsett. Tony Dorsett wants no part of it.
Well, so even when he was screaming, he still had his wacky Emo Phillips voice?
No, that's Emo Phillips.
Oh, that really is his voice.
Like, we had food set up, there, because it was a real radio show. Real producers. Everybody would make sure the show was... I mean, those producers used to love us. Emo takes his, puts it under his fucking arm to eat later, his food. I'm like, I know the club you're working at, you're getting paid good money. When it's time later to eat, why don't you buy food? Why would you take it and sit it on your fucking, on the end of your goddamn hotel room bed?
Any of Emo's mannerisms or his voice, nothing changed from...
"I will kick your ass, Mr. Dorsett." Oh, no, man, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I was just, I didn't think you could hear him. I was just talking. "Who's an ugly woman? Perhaps you are. TD." The only thing I was thinking, I know Dorsett could outrun him. I've seen the fucking guy.
How tall is Emo Phillips? Just out of curiosity.
7'4". Yeah, you know what I used to do when guests would come in? I'd sit there with a fucking measuring tape, go from head to toe.
I just wanted to sketch out the fight in my brain.
5'7", 5'8". He's not a big guy.
Tony's taller than him.
Not much. Tony Dorsett, not a big guy. I don't know whether you're familiar with the game of football, but
sure.
He's small and quick. Kevin, you're on Ron and Fez.
Hey, fellas, how you doing?
Yeah.
That loser Sinbad is actually on TV still. He hosts the most obnoxious show, Showtime at the Apollo.
Oh, yeah, he is. He is the new Showtime at the Apollo guy.
Oh, okay. Yep. I thought maybe those were like some reruns that are just getting played.
Remember when he used to do those big funk shows, though, on Showtime? Those things were great.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about those, too. So, and he did the sitcom with the Cosby spinoff.
Hey, Ed, you're on Ron and Fez.
Yeah, Martin Lawrence has got to be the worst.
Wait a minute.
Even worse than Sinbad.
What about Shanae?
I love Shanae.
Martin Lawrence is on the Actors Studio. I saw the promo the other day, where he's being forced to do a Shanae, and the place is all clapping for him. I mean, this is how far we've sunk with Actors Studio. Here is Scott. Scott, you're on Ron and Fez.
What's up, dog?
Yeah.
Listen, you're right about Sinbad. I saw him live, too. He's funny as fuck. But what about the...
No, don't get me wrong. I never said I was laughing. I'm saying I never saw an audience kill like that. He kicked the asshole out of this room. He kicked the asshole out of it. I'm talking about 300 people smacking their foreheads on tables, just going out of their mind. I saw a woman get up and fucking shit in her own handbag, take it over her head, threw it, and then up against the wall with it. He fucking murdered this room. Murdered the room. All right, that's it for us, guys. It is the Ron and Fez show. Sorry, phones went out a couple times. Go name our interns. You got 24 hours to pull that off. We'll see you tomorrow, right after O&A. Take care, everybody.
That's the end of my show. Donk.
The Ron and Fez Show. XM 202.